It's the kid, 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 it's the kid. Double H, trying to live, trying to exist. I just had an amazing, amazing meal. Guys, food is important. Food is very key. Food is the source of life. Food is the source of life. So we're here for another beautiful Friday Q&A where you guys have sent in your beautiful, amazing, lovely questions, and your boy Half of Double H is going to do his best to answer it. So we should be getting Red Devil Studio. I'm not sure whether he's going to be in here, but hopefully your boy Red Devil, Lead Level Ludio, should be joining us for a little bit of a chit-chat, but yeah, man, look, man, transfers. So shout out to guys who are sending questions. I mean, the theme is transfers, you know. Who's going where? Does he stay there? Does he go there? So we have an Mbappe question, a Griezmann question, a Romero question. We have loads of questions and even some other non-transfer questions as well. But the questions were real good. So guys, remember, man, this is the best. What the hell? This is the hub, man. The official website is halfoffootballhub.com, halfoffootballhub.com. Latest on bricks, rankings, polls, and the best way to either reach me via email or to reach me on my socials, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, or whether it's Instagram. Everything is all right here in the hub known as halfhopefootballhut.com, man. So everybody sit tight, do your thing. And as I say, let your boy do a thing. But what I always say, guys, is like, remember, man, the best way to support your boy for giving me that crank is to be a patron. Shout out to the 21 patrons out there. Shout out to the 22 patrons out there who have already supplied and become a patron supporting your boy. Remember, the best way to support your boy is to become a patron and gain access to that extra content crack. The content crack is living in and saying what's up in that patron. Patreon.com/Half Hope, man. So, look, guys, you know, the deal here on these questions, man. That's what we want. We want these questions, we want these cues, and we want people to be able to say what's up and be able to write it through. So, guys, let's get things on the road. Guys, remember, I need a meal and a drink. Get your meals and your drinks. Get your meals and your drinks. Get your meals and your freaking drinks, man. So, okay. So, first question here. Look, let's get in with it. First question is from Victor. Question: HH, should Mbappe leave PSG this season or next? My dear friend Victor, that's a great cue, man. Because I think, you know, when we sort of, you know, assess things and we sort of broke things down, and we said, because again, I've always been like, you know, like Mbappe, Real Madrid. That is something that has to happen. It must happen. It needs to happen. Shout out to what Paris. Super League is coming back. Super League headed. What up? We're gonna say what up inside that. So a lot of me was saying, you know what, Mbappe, the sooner it happens, the sooner we can pop up. But my thing though is like, is it smart for him to come this summer? That is the question. Is it smart for him to go this season? Because my thing is, what is the difference going this summer or going next summer? He isn't 28 to 29 years old. He's still extremely young and he's nowhere near his peak. He's still in his early 20s. So if he moves this summer, you're moving to a team that have a bunch of that literally have a bunch of fruit sellers as defenders. Or again, we did what's called the Malejo, or whatever the case may be, and the team is pretty much in transition. So does Mbappe want to now come into a Real Madrid team that really isn't built in the way that they want him to be? Whereas you could just wait, let this guy just figure things out this year without having Varane and so forth, and he can just leave next summer. So my thing is that if from Mbappe's, I've taken PSG away, but from Mbappe's point of view, go next summer, because you want to go when you're really fully ready. The key thing is his age. You see, if he was 28 or 29, bro, make the move now. It's similar to what I said about Harry Kane. Harry Kane, you're going to move now because no, you're not getting any younger and you're right now in your peak. Mbappe is in his early 20s. So there is no rush. So I think that it would make, there is no argument for him coming this summer. I don't know what the argument is, and if you think about it, from Real Madrid's point of view, I think from a Real Madrid and Mbappe's point of view, next summer makes sense. Mbappe, you have an extra year to tweak things. Coming off the disappointment of the Euros, you want to just gain your confidence back. Start pad in the Uber Eats, and who knows, maybe you can lead PSG because PSG have a very strong team. Just give them one more year. Give them one more year with Hakimi, with Ramos, with Donnarumma. Give them one more year, and if you don't do it, it's fine. You have one more year, and then bounce. But obviously, where PSG are concerned, PSG like, well, no, because if you leave next summer, that means you leave on a free, and that ain't gonna freaking happen. But if I was saying advising on Mbappe next season, now for me, I want to just see things pop off as soon as possible because I love parity, and the sooner we can get Mbappe and Benzema, the better. And also, maybe the thing is Benzema ain't getting any younger, so maybe the sooner he can pair up with Benzema, the better. But for me, I would, if I was advising Mbappe, I'd say probably best for you to pop off next summer. That's what I'll say. So, Mr. Red Marvel or Red Studio, so should Mbappe leave this season or next, man? Your points.
I think he should do what Pogba is doing with Manchester United and basically wait till next season. Because at the end of the day, if you going for free, well, two things. One, going for free at the end of the season means that whoever comes in for Mbappe doesn't have to pay a transfer fee, which means that the potential wages that he'll get will be ridiculous. I don't know what he's on now. He might be on 250,000, 300. I don't know. But regardless, his pay will go up dramatically because the team that we will be buying won't have to pay a transfer fee. They can pay him £500,000 a week in the PK. So from a purely financial point of view, it makes sense. But not alternatively, just assessing all the offers. Okay, yes, I accept that Real Madrid is there, but there'll be plenty of clubs that will be like, hey, look at our project, And the thing is, a lot can change as we've seen in a year. So many things can change in a year. So do you really want to commit to a team or any team when you're not sure financially where they are, what their project is, etc.? With Real Madrid, obviously top team, but you've got a manager in Carlo Ancelotti who is obviously a good manager. We don't necessarily know whether it's going to work at Real Madrid the second time around. We saw the last time, I'm not saying Conte is going to fail, but the last time that Zidane went, and I think was it Benitez and few came in, it was a disaster throughout. So how do we know that that's not going to be a similar thing? So these are all these things he needs to think about, and it just makes sense to be like, right, wait till the end of next season, see what the options are on the table, and then obviously go with the best thing.
Yeah, no, I think that's because my thing though is for Mbappe, there is no rush. There really is no rush. You going this year and next year, it wouldn't really make any difference because I think the key thing is that his age. If he was older, it's the sooner you go, the better. Hence why I use the example of Harry Kane because my thing is once you're that 26 to 27, who knows what could happen the next year or the year after. I think again, keep on it said Ancelotti. I still feel a bit dodgy and a bit iffy with Ancelotti coming back because don't expect him to have the same success they had before right now because that's just not how.
Success. Look at the Real Madrid squad. So far, have they got a stronger or weaker squad than last season? It's a weaker squad. They've lost two of their best centre backs. So Carlo Ancelotti's going into following. Assuming they don't sign Mbappe, which is a possibility, we don't know of any other major signings he's getting. So Carlo Ancelotti is basically taking a weaker Real Madrid into next season with defenders like Giller and Schust. And we're expecting Carlo Ancelotti to do wonders.
Because my thing is Mbappe, you don't want a situation because remember, Real Madrid can be very volatile, and Perez is very happy to press the red button at any point. So what happens if you go into this season Real Madrid hold 4 or 5 L's, 6 L's, they're a mid-table, and Perez just sacks Ancelotti, brings in an interim manager, and Real Madrid just have a really, really dodgy season. Because remember, that's what happened with Lopetegui. They were really crap. He got sacked. Solari came in and just did a patch-up job. So who knows what could happen? Remember, Ancelotti with the Bayern Munich, again, that didn't really turn out well. So,
and
again, for Mbappe, it will be risky. Yeah.
And like I say, he's getting. I mean, I haven't followed Real Madrid transfers massively, but he's getting a weaker team. This is going to be weaker than if Real Madrid struggled in La Liga last season. They're going to struggle even more this season without like Ramos and Varane. So
I mean, look. I think Militao isn't the worst defender in the world. He's not worst. I think Mendy is great.
How many
If you
goals
can
did
keep
Ramos
Carvajal
alone?
fit.
How many goals did Ramos alone contribute? Forgetting about the defensive. How many goals did Ramos even that goal threat aside from Benzema? Ramos score. Are you going to rely on Vinicius Junior to score the pick up the goals for Real Madrid? I mean,
No, but I think Real Madrid have always been a team where whenever their backs have been against the wall, they've always found their way. But my thing there is that again, how much will the presence and leadership of Ramos not being there affect them? Because I think Ramos was having those kinds of personalities in the dressing room is always very key. Even people like freaking Navas as well. So, all right, man, let's keep things moving, man. So the next question we have here is, oh my God, from Rafaela. Wow. Oh my gosh. Rafi, oh baby, man. Thank you, Rafi. I told you guys, see, this just shows you that if you just keep being consistent and committed, good things can happen to you, man. Rafaela even wrote me a message. So it says, hello, sweetie. Oh, wow. If Mbappe does sign a contract with PSG, does that show a lack of ambition to not play with trophies at the biggest stage at Real Madrid, or does it show ambition to give PSG their first ever UCL and my lovely brother's second UCL? Good night. Oh my God. Guys are wild.
Tell your bro he bought. Well, actually, no, he didn't. I wouldn't say he bottled in the Copa America final. Neymar didn't bottle in the Copa America final.
No. Because he had a guy called Richarlison in his team. I don't know. Neymar. It's just that at the end of the day, you being on the pitch and you losing, the optics are bad. So see, no one actually cares about the details. It's just what the optics look like, and the optics just look really horrible. The fact that you were on the pitch and you lost to Argentina in Brazil in a final, it just looks bad all around. So, you see, now this is a funny one, man, because it's like, what's the better thing? To be ambitious and go ahead and be like the leader and the superstar for Real Madrid, especially in a time of need, or stay with PSG and help them win their first UCL? See, my thing is, the PSG thing is cute. It is, and it would be a start, because if he wins it with PSG, you 100% automatically become a legend, and a statue will be built of you. No matter what you do at Real Madrid, they're not building a statue. And Real Madrid are a team where nobody is bigger than the club, and they ensure you and remind you that be reminded that nobody, and I mean nobody, is bigger than this freaking club.
You mean no one's bigger than Perez? Let's get that confused. No one
look, maybe no one's bigger than your boy Perez, man. Look, shout out to Perez on Super League, man. The guy, he stood strong. So for me, you see, PSG isn't like Man City. You see, if Mbappe was with Man City, I would say, you know what, stay and give them their first UCL. The issue with PSG is the environment and the unprofessional environment that's at PSG. So as much as it would be great for you to give them their first UCL and so forth, the environment is so toxic and so detrimental to Mbappe that there is no point. And I think that it's something that he shouldn't really be caring about. All that matters is you should always care about number one. And worry about number one. And I think that if you care about and worry about yourself, the sooner you leave PSG, as sooner you leave the negative environment that is in at PSG, the better it will be for you. See, so PSG isn't negative for someone like a Ramos, Everati, or so forth, because if you're established, it's great for you. But it's for those established, it's for those guys who are not established, who are young, who PSG is not the place for you. PSG is a place for finished articles. And Mbappe, you're not yet the finished article, which now lets you believe that, all right, if you're not the finished article, as we've seen like in tournaments and so forth, is now the right time to move to Real Madrid, But for this question for Rafaela, I would say that based on his age, I don't think you can. I think if you say that at PSG, you can't say he lacks ambition because he's so young. And he's so young and he still needs to develop. You see, now, if he was 26, 27, and he decided to stay when he was given a chance to leave, then there's lack of ambition. See, I use the Harry Kane example. If Harry Kane opts to stay at Tottenham, you're showing lack of ambition. Like if this question was about Harry Kane, 100%, if you don't sign for that bigger club, you show a lack of ambition because Tottenham and so forth, they're not really going anywhere, but specifically, it's how old you are. For Mbappe, it's not even the right time for someone so young to even make the move. Like, how old was Cristiano when he moved to Real Madrid?
Okay, so he was at Madrid for 10 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's been at Juve for how many? 3 years now?
I think 3 years. Because he moved in 2010 or 2010 or 09?
2011, I think. I think it was 2011. It was after
sure?
because he played in our 2 Champions League finals.
Yeah, so he played in the 08 final.
And he did, yeah, so I think it was 2011.
Okay, so he was at Man United for the 09-2010 season?
I'm fairly sure it was there for the 09-2010 season. So it was either 2000, I think it must have been 2010.
Yeah, no, because who did United get knocked out by in the 09-2010 Champions League? Who did they get knocked out?
Oh wait.
Oh, 09,
yeah, sorry. 07, 08. Yeah, okay. I'm going next year, yeah, because 07, 08 we won it. We won it in 08. Then we went to the 08, 09. Yeah, so it was 2009. Sorry, it was 2009.
Yes,
that's
that makes sense.
2009. Sorry, I went an extra year ahead. Yeah.
So how old was he at that time when he moved?
So Ronaldo's now 36, isn't he?
Mm.
Okay,
so he would have been 26 in 2011. So 24.
24. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because he was in early 20s when he left.
Okay.
More than when he was a teenager, basically.
And like what? Mbappe is now. Wait, how old is Mbappe now?
Mbappe is 22 now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 20. So he's going to be 23 in December.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty young. It's still pretty young.
Yeah, I mean, but this is why I'm saying that it makes a lot more sense for him to wait till the end of next season to assess all the options. Because if, for example, I've always said that I would, as much as I don't like Liverpool, I would like to see him under a proper coach, like a Klopp or a Nagelsmann or something like that. That this is a coach who will get the best out of a particular player and maybe take him to a ridiculous level. Or are you just going to just go, I personally always feel when you're a younger player, at least in this sort of early 20 mid-20 stage, that you should be playing under good coaches. And then when you're in your late 20s, when you start to maybe get into your prime, whatever, then you can then decide to go and play for big names and what have you, etc. But when you're that young, it's better to be coached to a higher level than just chase things. So I don't know who's going to be the coach. I don't know how Carlo Ancelotti will do, or who coach will be for Madrid at the time. So, but it just makes sense that he should wait till the end of next season, see what options are available.
Yeah, no. For me, I think you don't, because once you make the move, you can't go back. And there are many people who've moved to Real Madrid and have failed. So what you want to do is you want to move when the time is right. See, for Cristiano, the timing was right. Imagine if Cristiano moved after his first year at United, he would have flopped. Because he needed all those years for Ferguson to refine, clean up his game before he was fully ready. Because the first thing from Mbappe is that he's at the worst club. For him to prepare himself for Real Madrid, he's at the worst club. If let's say he had stayed and remained at Monaco, or he had gone to Liverpool, you see, you want a really good stepping stone before you now move to Real, because at Real there is no time for we're going to train you, we're going to coach you. I know you come and you deliver the moment you touch this pitch.
Bro, so we've already seen certain players go to Real Madrid with the hype and the hoo-ha and the flair. So I don't want to see. I care about Mbappe. I don't want to see my man I don't want to see my
If he
man
was
Mbappe.
fit, don't hate, man. If he
There's
was
no if
fit.
he was fit. I've just said you don't want a man Mbappe to get to Real Madrid and suddenly, he becomes, fat Mbappe or
No,
whatever.
no,
We just can't have
no,
that.
no,
I
no,
can't have
no,
that for
no,
brother.
because no, look for Mbappe. As I said again, I make no qualms that I want Mbappe to get that UCL in Infinity Stone, because I need that for my narrative. Like, I need that for my narrative, and I think because if he gets that, I can use that argument to destroy everyone on Twitter. Because that's I think all these clowns, they still have that crap over me. Like, if I can because right now we are like because we are like this right now, so it's like a tug of war because I have the World Cup Infinity Stone. They've got the UCL Infinity Stone. So the only way that I can defeat the Cristiano thingy fanboys is by getting this UCL Infinity Stone. But if these guys get a World Cup Infinity Stone, then I retire. So that's the thing. Like as I said again, I am not coming onto a stream with either Messi or Cristiano winning the World Cup because I need something. I need to hold on to something. I need to hold on to something, and I need to clown them for not winning the World Cup. Because if they win it, then I'm finished. Then there's nothing for me to. So I'm holding on to that things. But that's the key.
What happens if Mason Mount wins the World Cup of England? We've already discussed this. He's already got his UCL. So or Timo Werner for Germany. With Flick next season. If you're telling me that Werner will have a World Cup in UCL for Mbappe, what will you do?
Then it's basically it's called the Arbeloa complex, and the Arbeloa complex is like Arbeloa I think has won everything.
Yeah, but
I think Arbeloa has actually won everything.
Yeah, but Werner might actually assist and actually score goals as a contribution.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
He scored in a CL semi, didn't he? He scored a crucial goal in a CL semi.
Like you scored from 1 year that, and you actually almost missed. That goal doesn't count. That goal, I don't recognize that goal. All right, let us hit it, man. So, from Mr. Omogbolan says, what do you think about Griezmann on loan if we can't secure Haaland or Lukaku? So here's the thing. When you look at this thing, the first thing you have to do is you have to analyze the player. And when you analyze the player, you have to analyze the player's strengths, their weaknesses, and their characteristics. Griezmann is his best position is as a support striker. He works best in a pragmatic system, and he also works best playing off of a striker. Played off of Diego Costa at Atletico Madrid, plays off of Giroud at France. And Griezmann is a system merchant, as we've seen with Barcelona. He isn't an individual talent who can still be effective independent of a system that suits him. So if Griezmann was to come to Chelsea and Chelsea don't have a striker, I think that would be a pointless signing. Now, I do think he will do better at Chelsea than he has at Barcelona because of the fact of Chelsea play a bit differently to how Barcelona play, because Chelsea are a bit more pragmatic. But to get the best out of Griezmann, Chelsea need a striker. So for me, it wouldn't work. And Chelsea wouldn't get the best out of Griezmann. I think for us to say what's up, we need to get a striker. Because as I said again, an amazing Chelsea will look extremely good if they were to get either a Haaland or Lukaku and then Griezmann. See, here's my thing though. Because I'm not really big on the whole Lukaku thing, because I still think that Lukaku, quality, strike, and so forth, I think he was very much catered to that whole Conte thing. Now, if Chelsea got Lukaku, then they got Griezmann, Chelsea looking really good. But the key thing is that you have to pair Griezmann with a striker to get the best out of him. Red Devil? Oh, I thought that thing's up. Red. So I'm
here. Sorry, I'm here, man.
Yeah.
Do I think? Yeah, you don't need Griezmann, man. This is one of those things where I'm just like, do you need that player? Do you need where would he play? Who with the starting 11? Who would Griezmann come in for? Mount?
Oh, basically, any one of those two that play in behind the striker, because obviously,
yes, you'd be presumably in the number 10 support sort of role. So it would be presumably Mount or Havertz.
No, basically, it's either Mount. Basically, because what they do is there are two guys that play in behind the striker. So I think it's like a 4-2-2-1. So,
Okay.
well, no, not a 4-2 because obviously it's like a back three. So like, but basically it's two guys in behind the striker. So my thing is, sometimes it's like ZH Mounts, Havertz, or those two. So he would 100% come in for either Mounts, ZH, or Havertz in there. So in an ideal scenario, ideally for me, it would be. You see, if let's say Chelsea don't get a striker, you're probably saying Havertz as a striker, Mounts and Griezmann in behind him. That would be the ideal scenario if Chelsea don't get a striker. Now, if you have to play Werner, that is supposed to have to be Werner with Havertz and Griezmann behind him.
Isn't Tammy Abraham still at your club, right?
At this moment in time, yes.
So he's a striker, right?
You see, and now this is what I said, because I said that obviously for what Chelsea are trying to do and what they're trying to achieve, I don't think Tammy Abraham is the starting striker that can say what's up for Chelsea. But if the nightmare scenario happens and Larina screws up by not actually getting a striker, Tammy has to stay. He has to stay because Chelsea just sold Giroud, you know. And if you now sell Giroud and you now sell Tammy, you're only left with one natural striker who's a complete clown. So Tammy will have to stay. And how will Tammy work with Griezmann? Lord only knows.
So what you're saying is potentially Chelsea go into next season with Timo Werner and Tammy Abraham as the number 9s.
Look, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
Even Arsenal, you could like have
let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. So from Eric Olsen, who says, HH, what are your thoughts on Juve this season? We are in August and they haven't signed a single player. They're trying to buy Locatelli, but they are so broke that they can't even pay 30 mil for him. They're trying to loan him. Thoughts on Juve? You think they should just focus on winning the Serie back? Because with the squad they have, UCL is going to be hard. Thoughts? Thank you for that question, Eric, man. Allegri's back, you know, and I think Allegri did some really good things with Juventus. But Allegri, you have to realize that for Allegri, this is a different team. And I think that's as good as Allegri did with Juventus, he did have a very talented team, a really good talented team. Because we also, if Allegri doesn't have quality players around him, you see that he almost relegated AC Milan. And I think he pretty much, you can actually trace back to his last stint at AC Milan was the beginning of Milan's decline for like almost like a decade. So, but they still have Cristiano. You know, they still have freaking Chiesa, who's superb. Chiellini has just signed a contract extension. So there is quality there. The team isn't good enough for the UCL. They're not sniffing the UCL. That's not happening. So they can forget about that. The focus has to be on the Serie. And it is worrying though that because the fact that they've not really gone in and bought anybody and they're still struggling to lock down Locatelli doesn't tell me much. And even if they were to get a Locatelli, that isn't a strong enough argument to be like, we're not going to make serious headway in the Champions League. So I think especially for Allegri coming back, trying to reacclimatize himself with the team, focus is win the Serie, because the Serie is going to be super competitive for Juve this season. Win the Serie, win that back, try and bring back some pride and some winning and a winning mentality within the team. But you know what? Champions League, you never know. Champions League, you never know. If you get a favorable draw, things fall in your lap, and you still have one of the greatest goal scorers that the game has ever seen. So if things just fall into place, who knows? Because let's keep it real. Pirlo, I love him, but Pirlo obviously didn't know what he was doing as a manager because, again, he had zero experience. So with a more experienced hand who knows this club and well and so forth, and has already coached a lot of the players at this club for a while, you know, who knows what the familiarity of Allegri is going to bring. And my thing is Chiesa. Because sometimes you look at some players where if they pop off in a tournament, it can just completely change them and make them amazing and so forth. So if Cristiano can still get his goals, Chiesa could just take his football to the very next level. Who knows? What say you Red Devil, man. Juventus.
I mean, I love Pirlo, but he can't do any worse than a guy who basically got his coaching badges from Blockbuster, rented them out or something like that, man. Like that just shouldn't have happened, to be honest. So I know for a fact that like he will do, Allegri will do. Well, the Juventus are going to have a better season than last. Inter Conte. Who's the new Inter coach? Sorry,
Simone Inzaghi.
Inzaghi, yeah, okay, fine, okay, yeah. So obviously Inter lost Conte and Conte signing. So I think there was obviously going to be a transition with Inter Milan, which might not necessarily be smooth, although Lukaku is obviously still there. Juventus haven't made any key signings, but as you said, I think their focus is probably Serie. I would be very surprised if they came with the CL this season. They do have a lot of key players, as you said, Chiesa. Ronaldo will do his thing. Obviously, you've got De Ligt's there, Bonucci's there as well. So they've certainly got enough still in that squad at least to reclaim their Serie A title and certainly push and challenge. And we know Allegri is going to at least make Juve more defensively astute, which is at the end of the day for me one of the keys to winning titles and even potentially championships as well. So I think if he makes Juventus at least difficult to break down like he did beforehand, then that will give them a good platform, and then obviously he'll be able to add on to that. But like I said, to win the Champions League next season is probably a bit of a stretch, unless Ronaldo somehow does a last dance type of thing and balls and then shows who's boss.
Yeah, no. Look, it's. I mean, Christian. If you want to know another UCL, it ain't going to be with you, because I mean, if it's just you and Chiesa, they can only take it so far, bro.
Don't you guys need a striker?
Who?
You need a striker, don't you? So Chelsea need a striker, don't they? No,
why?
Chelsea need a striker.
Chelsea
need a striker. So then, why aren't you interested in getting Ronaldo, who's also a striker in that position? So.
Red Devil.
Said he's
available. Devil. I am waiting for a guy called the Link. Okay, I'm waiting for a guy called the Link. It's either Haaland, Lewandowski,
a proven goal scorer in Cristiano Ronaldo, who will always score you goals. Who is a massive upgrade on that break.
He's happy and joyful at Juventus. Let him stay at Juventus. He's happy at Juventus. Let him stay there. He's very much happy there, man. From Barca fan who says, HH, if we get Romero in defense, probably on loan, if Levy F's up, is that good enough to clinch the La Liga title? I need Zidane to leave Madrid because he was too good, and now Ramos and Varane leaves. And if Perez gets Mbappe, we're in trouble. I don't need another 3-piece at the new camp. Plus, Atletico have made a good signing in Depol. You realize that if Barcelona had beaten Levante, they would have probably won the league. The Levante that we all know. We've seen how defenders can influence teams. Look at what Diaz did for Man City. Look at what Van Dijk did for your boys Liverpool. Longley is garbage. The guy is a gutter sewer trash defender. The only relevance of PK right now is that he is married to Shakira. That's it. So if I really want to be real on PK, I don't know who PK is. You're Shakira's husband. So combining Shakira's husband and Lenglets, you have Tweedledee and Tweedledum, two numbskulls in defense, and two numbskulls who have contributed to the embarrassing pimp down and flip mode squads that these guys have received in consecutive UCLs. Romero is a very good defender, highly rated. And because Levy is a tight prick, they are whistling around. So what Barca have to do is, whether you've got to steal the money, loan the money, rob someone, extort someone, like cook the books or do whatever you need to do, go all in on Romero. Go all in on Romero and get that dude. Because if Barca get Romero, Messi can still give you that 35 piece a season assist and can still play at a very high level, which he seems to be able to do. Pedri takes his game to the next level as he did from the Euros. Barcelona have a very good chance of winning the league because we now have to see that what is the effect of Varane and Ramos going to be on Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid, yes, they won the league last season. Yes, Depol is a very good signing, but have we seen the very best of? Was last year the very best of Cannibal Suarez, who isn't getting any younger? Maybe this is the year which Cannibal Suarez says, "Look, man, I'm done. This is where my decline fully begins," because he didn't do anything at the Copa America. So, and as bad as Barcelona were last year, as bad as they were, they did take it to like the last 2-3 games of the season with Atletico. And the reason why Barcelona were not able to win the league is because the defense was trash. Their defense was horrible, and they were letting in goals that they shouldn't have based on the bad defending. It was not because they couldn't score goals. The defense was just trash. So if Messi is Messi and Romero comes in and helps to offer proper stability and leadership in the defense, bro, Barca, of course they can easily win La Liga. Champions League, no. UCL, no. But for the league, no. Like Romero, I think would be a great buy, and I think it would make them a strong candidate to win La Liga if you do all the calculations as to how they did to win La Liga last season. Red?
I'm assuming this is under the presumption that Messi will be registered by the beginning of the season, that he's not going to be like delayed till January, because Barca still can't register players now. So I'm assuming that's what I'm assuming this question is based on, because like if Messi has to take a detour and play in MLS till January, then maybe there might be some complications to league titles and Champions League and 8-2s and what have you. So making the assumption that somehow Barca will be able to sign players and register players for next season, then yeah, the issue is obviously the defense is still going to be a thing, I think. But obviously they've signed Dubai, and obviously Dubai would be a good attacking option. Real Madrid so far look like they're not really pushing to sign anyone, and it'll be a stretch if they sign Mbappe. Although if Real Madrid do indeed sign Mbappe, then he's going to have Longley and PQ compute on toast. We've not really seen that. So, but I don't think that Real Madrid are going to have 160 plus million or whatever to spend on Mbappe this season. Like, it's just going to be ridiculous. So what I just think this season, I think it's just going to be close. Each team has its own weaknesses again, like last season. So I think I don't think there's going to be a club that's going to walk with it. I think like last season, it's just going to be close. Atletico Madrid, with the experience of Simeone, may just edge it again, especially if they can get maybe a bit more from Suarez and obviously utilize João Felix, etc. And the defense is okay. Jan Oblak is there and so on. Ter Stegen's form wasn't particularly great last season, to be honest, although Courtois is fine. So yeah, I just think it'll be close. I don't think there's going to be a clear front runner, but like I said, this is all on the assumption that Barca will be able to register players.
Yeah, I mean, look, you have to keep in mind that's a very good point. I'm just making that assumption. If Romero is coming in and Goldthwait is the main focal point striker, Barca are not doing anything because Messi literally has been carrying this team for the last 3-4 years. So if you're relying on Goldthwait to pretty much carry the goals and he's the main goal scorer and so forth, then Barcelona are screwed. Because remember, the Us is injured. And if somehow Griezmann, well, Depay, there is the Depay, but still,
yeah.
If you all you can give me is Memphis, Tennessee, and Goldthwait, that isn't enough to win La Liga, even if you get Romero. So, because again, for me, I am intrigued to see how Memphis, Tennessee, and Messi are going to combine. I think that could be a very interesting setup. And obviously, Frank de Jong obviously knows Depay from the Dutch team. So, but can Barca survive? Like, can Barca survive till January? So, that just in the crazy scenario that they don't do this contract thing, can Barcelona survive till January? just focusing on with just Depay and go to it with no Messi?
No. no, we're talking about no, it's not that they can't.
Depay ain't bad, and Depay, people could argue that Depay has been helped carry Leon. So, see, my thing about Survivor is that you're like, you will not top of the league. Like, obviously, you will be, you're not going to be first. But the thing is, when I say survive, is it's not a case where we now come into January and Barca are like 6th, 7th, 8th. So that's what I'm saying, is like, can Depay and Götze at least keep Barca 2nd, 3rd, 4th in the running and so? Because I'm just putting worst case scenario, because I shudder to think that Barca are going to be in a situation where they can't get Messi to sign that contract, because I told you, as I say, it's a crazy situation. Because if you're Griezmann, bro, I ain't gonna do nothing, bro. Because Griezmann's situation is that you can't just shift me over to Tottenham or to say, no, I want to go to Atletico. So either you work something out with Atletico, or I am staying with this 600,000 a week contract that is screwing you guys over.
I'm just going to quickly share screen, because to specifically answer your question, HH, if Messi does not play like into January.
Oh, yeah,
do you know what this is? Do you know what this is?
Segunda division.
If this is the Spanish second division, man, like if Messi doesn't play until January, bro, like you scroll down, these are the teams that might away Barcelona FC next season.
Let me remove this thing, because I honestly say I'll Lugo them, man. That's my team. Where are Lugo? Yeah, Lugo at 13th. It's like, why does Spain have like the best like brick? Okay. Let's just go down this. So we got AD, Alcorthon, Almeria, Amor Bleta.
Shout out to Huesca. Huesca will be a threat. If Barca get relegated, Huesca will be a threat. Huesca will be a threat to Barca, man. Like, shout out to Huesca.
To go bogus, we've got Aba. Look, shout out to Aba. Aba can say what's up. Yeah. FC Cartenia, Fuenlabrada, Girona, Huesca, Ibiza, Las Palmas. Like,
bro, if Messi doesn't sign, man, we're assuming that they'll be able to come back out of Division 2. If Messi doesn't sign, man, who says they'll be able to come back out of Division 2, man? Huesca, Iber, man. Real Zaragoza.
So okay. Mirandes, Malaga. What's that? Ponferradina, Real Oviedo. Man, Real Sociedad too. Oh, they have two teams.
Yeah, because
Real Zaragoza.
There's a Tenerife in there.
Oh God. Oh man. Okay, look. As I said again, look. I mean,
it's not.
We know what
hypotheticals about Messi to January is just a hypothetical.
Look, all I'm saying is that I have one dream in my life. This is my only dream. You know how like in Aladdin, like they ask for like three wishes. I say, look, Genie, all I wanted was one wish, and my one wish is that the only thing I ask for in my entire life, more than anything, is for Lugo to be promoted to La Liga. I need that. and also he was actually Lugo actually got on a really strong run. But then they start to lose games and so on. So my thing is, this is like Lugo, because for me, I'm going to be watching Lugo's games because my main aim is that I need Lugo to be promoted to the to La Liga, man. All right. Oh God. So next question, man. From 87.4 from thank you, bro. It says, HH, which club do you think has done the best transfers in this window so far? Red. Okay.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
Red. Don't.
I'm not saying anything. You signed one of the best defenders in up and coming defenders in world football. In you've not. Oh, sorry, you've not signed him yet.
No. Chelsea have done nothing yet.
Apparently Zuma's thrown things mixed because Zoom wants to stay in England and West Ham are kind of like, yeah, we're interested. So that's kind of fallen through. Yeah, Mohammed is right. PSG done bits. They've signed Ramos. Ramos, Donnarumma. Who else? There was another one. Ramos, Donnarumma.
Look. Okay, ignore it. It's between United and PSG.
Who's the third person they've signed? They've signed Ramos, Donnarumma. They've signed someone else.
Ronaldo.
Yes, so that's okay. Ronaldo. Yeah. So
basically, this is between PSG and United. That's what it is. So we have to just because they're the only two guys who they're clearly far with more than anyone who have done the best transfer business. So in PSG, we've got Donnarumma, we've got Ramos, we've got
Hakimi. They signed Hakimi as well. Yes, PSG. No, it's PSG. It's got to be PSG.
Yeah, it's PSG.
Hakimi, Donnarumma, Sergio Ramos, and Wijnaldum. Yeah, that's.
I think for United is also as even when they qualify. See, my thing with United is if in a nightmarish scenario, like in a literally like a horrific nightmare scenario, like United got Haaland, then they'd have done the best business because you now have one of the most highly touted strikers out there, one of the most highly rated young players out there, and one of the most experienced defenders out there. Because I mean, look, it's close though. But my thing though is Wijnaldum is good, but he's still you not call him world class. Hakimi is quality, but people will not really call him a world class dude. So the only really proven guys that they've got are Donnarumma and your boy Ramos. But the thing though is, if we look at how people have talked about Sancho and his ability, you'd say that is a better signing than Wijnaldum. And you would argue that maybe Hakimi, based on how highly rated he is. For Varane and Ramos, we say maybe Ramos is a better signing, but the injury issues. Because if they can keep Ramos fit, that signing definitely beats Varane. So I think if you take everything into account, it's PSG. You have like the best keeper.
I mean, we're seeing on Wijnaldum a little bit. I mean, obviously he did bits when Liverpool won their Champions League, and even in the Euros this season, you saw how Wijnaldum is when he plays in a more advanced like role. So like going forward.
True. If they play him much more as an attacking midfielder, which is what he prefers, he'll be dynamite. Because I think like that's for me, which is why I have no idea why Liverpool did not play him in that whole thing. But are Liverpool not going to buy anybody? Like my thing, what are Liverpool doing?
They bought Koundé. They were the first signing of the season. They bought Koundé, the centre back.
Konate, you mean?
Sorry, Konate. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, Konate. Yeah.
No, but my thing is is that your only signing? Because my thing is, look, Liverpool are a big signing away from, I think, me picking them for the league because with Van Dijk back, you're going to call that defense. Salah will always be Salah. Like he's always going to give you those goals guaranteed. The issue is you've now seen what can happen when Sadio Mane just bricks it up. So what you want to we need because Liverpool just had everything just screwed up. So you lost Van Dijk, you lost Gomez, you lost Matip, then you lost Diego Jota as well. It's like, oh Lord.
Yeah, I mean, you could make an argument that Diego Jota could be classed as I know I don't want to say a new signing, but like they signed him and then he was out for like pretty much most of the season to the end. So in theory, we've not really seen Diego Jota for Liverpool for like a full sort of season. So you could class that as it's not a new signing, but it kind of is a new signing because he was barely used last season. and so you've already got someone who can compete with Firmino and Salah, Mane, etc. So do they? Because even if you think about it, who do Liverpool? Because they don't need to upgrade Trent or Robertson. They're fine. They're like they don't need to do anything of that. The centre back situation is sorted now. They've announced it. So really, what do Liverpool really need to desperately need to upgrade upon? Maybe another winger.
I think they need a playmaker and a striker. They need like a creator, playmaking creator from midfield who can also score goals, and they also need a striker, like a good quality finisher, because my thing is there's too much pressure on Salah to get the goals, and Firmino, I think he's finished, because again, Firmino, okay, first of all, you were like, okay, you were not providing goals. But at least when you're not providing goals, at least give the team something different, So I think what they do need is that number 10, crazy player, and a striker. They need a striker. They need a finisher. Obviously, ideally, Klopp wants a finisher who can also drop deep and play with Salah and Mane. But yeah, you need another goal outlet. Because I think because my thing is, okay, yeah, fine. You lost Van Dijk and Gomez. You were not it's not like you were like leaking in crazy amounts of goals. You couldn't score because Firmino was trash and Mane bricked it. So, but yeah, man, I mean, that's what I mean. So I mean, basically, like for Juventus, basically. Again, this just shows you the spending power of the Premier League. So when guys compare leagues, if we're comparing money and financial stability, Premier League wins all day, every day.
Yeah.
Look at how hard Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, even Bayern Munich. These guys had every single. I think they said United have spent almost something like $1 billion or something for the past few years. City. You see, my thing is, by the end of this window, if City drop Grealish and a Kane, that's a damn good window.
Yeah.
And City have spent trillions. They've spent trillions upon trillions. So the Premier League spending power is in a whole other level, bro. It's in a whole other level. All right, man.
Is there a case for the reverse? Just on this question, is there a case for the reverse, and which team has had the worst?
I was just about to ask, which team has had the worst? Chelsea have not bought anybody. Chelsea have.
I think Madrid have had the worst because they've had a negative. They've not signed anyone,
true.
and they've lost two of their starting centre backs. So I would argue, if you're talking big teams, Madrid probably in the negative, unless they sign Mbappe from all this. They've got a worse team now, surely.
I think basically because Real Madrid are now doing a yard sale, which is everything must go. But did he read the apparently, because I read something on Madrid Zone that said that so they actually wanted to sell Varane and Ramos because they wanted to create space for Mbappe. So now that they've now gotten Ramos and Varane's wages off their books, they now have 20 million they can now give Mbappe in salary to get him this summer. And apparently they're adamant in saying, oh no, they want Mbappe this summer. And if not, they're going to go for Haaland. So maybe the whole Varane Ramos thing was to create space for Mbappe.
But that's salary, but then they also have to pay a fee. So I get the salary thing, but where's the 160 million? Because PSG okay, cool, pay us 160 million. So I get the wages.
Oh, no, whoa, hold up. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, we want to pay you 50. If not, we'll get him for free next year because we know that he's not signing.
Yeah, that's
so if you're PSG, either you sell for 50, 60 or you lose him for nothing.
Yeah, but PSG will say that we would rather. It's like the United situation. It's we would rather take that risk because the Mbappe situation is similar to the Pogba situation. So much is that you're looking at the year and going, I want to assess what my best option is, and depending on what happens in the season, the best option, including competitiveness, as in likely to win the Champions League, wages, etc., might actually be at the club you're remaining. So I say as United fans with Pogba's yes, okay, Pogba's most likely will leave. But if at the end of the season, United, for example, are in a much better situation, maybe they want a title in the league, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to offer you £400,000," and all the other clubs around are like, "We can't offer you that." He's always going to go for that. So, I just think that with him, with Mbappe and Pogba, it's literally a question of like, I need to see what the best options are in the following season. So unless said clubs are going to be happy to spend, PSG are basically not going to sell Mbappe for any more than they want. And at the end of the day, United and PSG are both clubs that have enough money. Like, what it will be is just it just makes us look bad because you spent so much on that player on wages and they're going for free. But it's not as if like PSG and United are going to be hemorrhaging money if these guys go free. If anything, they'll be gaining money because they're losing a player that has high wages off their wage bill.
Yeah.
So it's more about
I think if you look at it in a 3-4 dimensional way, sometimes you just have to take a loss because you're like, all right, because you're basically, it's like you're gambling. So you're like, okay, we could lose him on a free.
And sorry,
we could still gain him because
it's not even a loss. Even if you think it's not even really a loss, because think of how much money that we ought to be real. Think of how much money that Pogba has generated for Manchester United with his hype, and Mbappe has generated for PSG just in shirt sales alone and merchandise and what have you. So if we're really deep they've made more than enough money from Mbappe and PSG over the amount of years they've been here. So if anything, they're gaining. Both clubs will be gaining money because they've lost players on their sort of like wage bill. Does that make sense? So
no, yeah. I mean, no, because I was just even saying to myself that it's like what's a worthwhile gamble? So you could say to yourself that okay, we're losing Pogba and Mbappe next summer, but it's okay. It was a worthwhile gamble because my thing is, what if they stay? So we could either do a situation where, okay, we sell them off now for a small fee or so forth, whereas we could have waited a year and somehow things change. What if they get an injury? Or what if somehow we do really well this year and they decide to have a change? Because we are human beings, people change. People can have a change of heart. 12 months is a long time. 12 months is a long time for you to be like, okay, situation has changed. I'm now the change of heart. I actually now want to stay and extend. So, rather than just committing to like, oh no, he's not going to sign, leave. Give it. And my thing is, okay, even if they do go for a free, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yes, it's bad business, but as long as because we're not dealing with your Aston Villa or your Lugo, so forth, where like you're a small club that needs to sell this player because financially it is too important for you as a club. No, these are clubs that are very healthy financially. So if it's the case of like, oh, you'll go for a free, fine, but let's just keep you in this thing for as long as possible because it could be a situation where, oh wow, Pogba, Sancho, and so forth. That combination really helped us win. That FA Cup really helped us win. That Premier League really helped us win. Get to the UCL semi. Mbappe, obviously, with the introduction of Hakimi and Thingy and so forth, and the security of Ramos and Donnarumma in defense, this really helped us go through our UCL semi and maybe even win that UCL. So you never know what can happen in 1 year. All right, final question. Then we'll take your questions from the live chat. From Matt B says, yo, HH, what do you have to do to be world class? Because I have trouble calling Harry Kane or even Haaland world class when they still haven't won a league title or UCL like Lukaku or even a Kimmich. Why does world class get thrown out like it's candy just because they score goals against Norwich, Everton, Leeds, etc.? Examples are Messi scoring that crazy goal against PSG or Chelsea, scoring against or Chiesa scoring against Spain and Porto. They both haven't scored in big games like that, just consistent against low-level teams in their leagues. Haaland and Kane need to go to big teams and show it. But my pushback on Haaland is he did score 2 goals against PSG in a CL knockouts game. And one of those goals was a super cracker of a goal. So I think that once he did it against PSG, you can say, oh no, this guy has crossed over. But I definitely agree with Harry Kane. Like Harry Kane isn't world class. and
And
you
also,
scoring a rebound against Denmark doesn't count. Laser tags.
and
Laser
also
tag.
you got to add that degree of difficulty as well. Like, what is the team that you're sort of in? So in the case of, like Messi, obviously, yes, Messi is world class, but at the same time, like certainly back in the day, you also had your Neymars, your Suarez's, your Iniestas, your Xavis, etc., etc. So if you're the only player in a team and you are delivering consistent like numbers, whether it's assists or goals, etc., and everyone around you like is like a brick, like it's like, for example, I would describe. I always go to this example. I would describe what Bale did in that Euro 2018 with Wales as world class, because he was surrounded by more or less bricks. With maybe one or two, maybe Ramsey's not, but aside from maybe Ramsey a stretch, everyone else was a brick, and yet he was able to carry the team to a semi-final. So that for me is the definition of world class. They didn't win anything, they didn't achieve, but the degree of difficulty in that circumstance, means that player, I could say that player is still world class. So I don't think it's necessarily just did this player win a specific trophy. It is also what players they have around them, and I think that's even, I'd argue maybe that's even probably even more important, which is why.
So my thing then is that, do you think Harry Kane has done enough to be called world class? Because my thing that's, I don't think he has, because all Harry Kane has done is he has shown that he's a great striker within his own league.
I guess the other thing you need to consider about is also the context of where certain players, certain positions are. So 10 years ago, probably maybe not, because there were so many prolific strikers in world football. But now you can count on your hand the amount of prolific strikers in football right now, that are of a high quality. So you could possibly make an argument for Kane, just given the sheer scarcity of strikers. Because aside from, you could say, Lever, Benzema, plus or minus Lukaku, but that was a domestic league. What other strikers are there that you could say that he's definitely not better? He's definitely better than Belotti and Zhang, etc. So if you can only think of 2 or 3 strikers that are better than him, then doesn't that mean in the world? Doesn't that mean ergo in definition he must be world class? Because saying 5.
The reason for that is like, just because I even just put up like a video just now. Where are the strikers? There are no strikers. So you see, if Harry Kane was doing this in 2001, 02, 04, where you had Shevchenko, you had Henry, you had Etso, or he was doing this in the mid to late 90s, where you had Ronaldo, you had Batistuta, you had Weah, you had Baggio, you had Inzaghi, and he was still putting up these high numbers against them. Okay, all right, okay, Kane, okay, all right, I see you. So, because remember, football has now changed. Hence why there must be a reason why. Look at the amounts of goals Lewandowski is scoring. Look at the amounts of goals Epic Hannibal was scoring. Look at the amounts of goals Obama. Everyone is scoring loads of goals because the games right now are more open, and defending is trash. Defending is trash now because everybody wants to play from the back, and defenders aren't being breeded anymore, as opposed to late 90s, early 2000s, so forth, where you had defenders who are really defending.
I think we're going. I mean, I know it's maybe.
But I think, but the key points I'm making is the scarcity of strikers can be proof of him being workers, because games have changed where strikers are not being made. People are not even encouraged to be strikers, and even the strikers who are strikers aren't playing like strikers. They're playing as like ball playing strikers or people. So the competition isn't even there for me to say, aha, these are all strikers here. Now say what's up, because he is a rarity, because most guys just aren't training to be strikers, and most managers are not even picking strikers. And even if they are, they're changing them from their natural nature.
I think yes. I agree. I agree and disagree with some, because I think they are strikers. I just think, for me personally, I think that I agree with the game's getting more and more fast paced, but I think that what you're seeing in a league situation and something is that because of the players with good technique and fast pace and Mbappe, etc., that you're seeing a lot of teams that don't have that be more pragmatic, putting 10, 11 men behind the ball, being compact. Like I said, there's a reason why this Euros, it was the best defensive teams that were in the final, not the most expansive attacking teams. So there is clearly a reaction now to being like, okay, yeah, we might not have the most talented player, but we know what we can do. We can frustrate you guys by putting 11, being compact, and then getting a corner, getting a free kick, getting a big break, and scoring goals. And so for me, that actually makes it. That's actually making it difficult for strikers because they're having to try and find pace. That's why I rated Cavani quite a lot last season, because his anticipation, his ability to find space. He doesn't have a Premier League, or he doesn't have a trophy, but it's just ability to anticipate the ball from ping pong, pog, whatever, or to find space to put himself in that striker role was great.
It's easy for me. Someone like a Cavani is world class. Because I can just give you a moment where, oh, boom, his 2 goals against Portugal. Like the quality of those goals against the guys who were the defending European champions said, oh no, this guy's world class. Kane doesn't have that moment. Kane doesn't have the moments where you've come up big in a big high pressure game against a high quality opponent. He doesn't have that.
He scored that rebound against Denmark.
There we go, a rebound. So you missed you actually missed the penalty. Then you put away the rebound. And I'm sorry, Denmark is not a high. First of all, it's a freaking rebound, so that goal doesn't count. Secondly, Denmark, you would not call them a high tier opponent. So for me, world class for me is you're doing it against the very best, and specifically, you've got to do it in the Champions League. So Harry Kane is a domestic merchant. You are just amazing for the Premier League. So all because you start part in the Premier League, you can't be world. Again, the clue is in the title, world class. What do you now do on the globe? Not nationally, on the globe. So now, what do you now do against Italian teams, against Spanish teams, against German teams, in deeper in competitions?
So to make it the case, would you say that Son is more close to world class than Harry Kane then?
Yes.
Based on
yes.
Okay.
Because what Son did against Man City in both legs, Kane has never done. Because that's what you call clutch. Like, that's what you call clutch. Like, this is against a high-tier opponent in a UCL knockouts game, and you scored in both legs, quality goals, boom. So for me, Kane, you've not done that. So until Kane does that, hence why Kane has to make this Man City move. Because once you make this Man City move, boom, now you are now in the eye of the tiger. Now you're in the fire's eye. Now you're now in the cauldron, because you're now in a team who will always put you in a position where you're playing on the highest platform. This team will always go deep into the Champions League and will always be involved and be one of the stronger teams in the high-profile Premier League games, whether it's against United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and so forth. Because you can always have the excuse that, it's Tottenham, it's Tottenham. Man City, you can't have that excuse. Now you have to perform. So before we come to your questions in the live chat, man, I'm just going to take some of these, your dubs, man. So guys, remember, if you want your questions to 100% be read, you can always use the super chat function. So thank you for the dub, Mr. Abracadabra. Thank you for the dub, Abracadabra, who says, Perez should be respected if he signs Mbappe and all the hate he gets with the Super League. Big dub goes to Barca, Real, Juve, and all the other teams. Cowards. So what do you make of this whole Super League turnaround where they were right? Like UEFA didn't legal standing.
I knew they were right from the beginning. But when you all started this, I said several times, I was like, especially when everyone was getting so like, oh my goodness, UEFA gonna sanction United and all these teams, and it's gonna be and we're gonna be kicked out to this and that. And I was like, because I remember I gave a scenario. I was like, let's just say that UEFA decided to just be outright racist and be like, let's bring the Knights back or whatever. Are you telling me that teams wouldn't be allowed to break off and create their own league or thing or system without repercussions from their respective? Of course not. Like, there's you have to have a legal framework, because they said several times that we're not leaving we're going to continue to participate, but we can go and we're just going to go and create our own separate thing. We're not leaving the Premier League. We're not leaving the Liga. We're not leaving the Champions League. We just want to create our own thing and do it. They have no jurisdiction to do that, like, at all. But everyone got so caught up in the lack of communication between Perez and all these managers because it was done in secret that they didn't really process the legal reality of it. And it was that UEFA couldn't do anything. Much like they couldn't do anything against Manchester City when they were trying to ban them from the Champions League. They didn't do it, you know, and this is evidence of that.
Yeah, no. For me, as I said again, look, it's a huge job. Like, I mean, we'll discuss this a lot more on Saturday. But as I've always said, like, the Super League is going to come back. The issue with this was it just wasn't packaged in the right way.
No.
And I just think that like UEFA have no real standing here. Of you can't just stop guys and say, well, we want to create our own league. You know why? What is stopping us?
All they have to do, HH, is say, like, we're going to be using the away goal rule in the Super League, and everyone will go like, "Yep, okay, Super League."
I mean, basically, if because that would be if that's their first so you know, we're going to bring it back the way goal rule is going to, and what is even going to be better right now? See, what's the key thing for them? See, they should hire me as an advisor. If they brought me along, I'd say, first of all, the away goal rule is going to come back. I'll even tease golden goal. I'll just put out a little tease, golden goal. But I'll say, you know, guys, how much do you pay? Was like, because I pay £25 for BT Sport. You know what? Flat rate. We're going to create our own specific Super League app, like Premier Sports, a specific Super League app. £5, $5 a month, because we know that there are going to be so many people. We can set the price really low. So $5, £5 a month, and this like package thing is specific. This app is specific for the Super League, so you can get it on your Fire TV stick, Apple TV, or whatsoever. Bro, you will be swimming in money. You'll be swimming in cash. But look, we'll talk more about it on Friday. From your boy Uncle Wham, thank you for the dub. Uncle Wham says, HH, when are you bringing back What's Classic? The streets needed the 20th anniversary Blueprints review very soon, man. Yeah, because obviously me and Daniel, like on the other channel, we used to do album reviews, basically reviewing classic albums and so forth. But it's just about finding time. But I think we'll definitely find time for it, man. So to try and do that. So yeah, we'll be getting that album review in very, very soon. Don't worry, man. Because I mean, I wanna, you know, what I wanna do, man. You know, and I think, you know, so better album, Blueprints or Reasonable Doubt? Red.
Ooh. Sorry, 2 seconds, HH. 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay, no, okay. Let me go over to King Gumbani. So King Gumbani says, still no striker. I'll catch lead level in the streets. Look, King, man. King, what did I tell you on Monday? King, I told you.
Hold up. Why catch lead level in the streets? What have I done? Can you hear me?
Because you've been signing, you've made signings, and Chelsea have made signings, so he will catch you in the streets. Simple.
Doing what? Like someone said, what's his name? Freaking guy in MLS now. Higuain, man. Higuain apparently misses the Premier League. So that
wants us to go and
that might also be an option, and he's already got connections in Chelsea.
Wait, so
it can't be any worse than. Was Higuain really worse? Was Higuain worse? Was it okay? Here's a question for Chelsea fans: was Higuain worse than Timo Werner?
No. No, but that was Higuain years ago. Higuain, wait, have you seen what Higuain looks like? The guy looks like if he's pregnant. You see,
but he's still scoring goals. He's scoring goals.
You see, no, look, see, Higuain looks pregnant. Willian is expecting. So for Willian, it's any time now. So I don't know what Willian did in the summer, but for Willian, that guy, I think that baby is going to come out anytime soon. So like his water's going to break anytime soon. So I don't know what else Willian is on. But no, I'm not taking a striker who's pregnant. Have your baby, then we'll consider. But no, I'm not taking a pregnant striker. You know. So from your boy Detroit Rock City, man. Thank you for the dub. Detroit Rock City says, I'll take consistency over being a moments merchant. So what? So if you were a player, Red Delman, what would you rather have? Would you rather be super consistent and not do well and be like decent in big games, or would you be super inconsistent and rise in big games? I'm a big game merchant. For I say consistency is overrated. It's all about those moments. People remember moments. No one remembers consistency.
Oh, I can see both sides. Yeah, that's the thing. I can see that's the thing. You're right. No one remembers consistency, even though like I think that you need consistent players in order for people to achieve in order for those big moments to occur in the first place. So like but, we go back to the Solskjaer thing. Like Solskjaer was an average Fortnum line, but like he's gone down in folklore of United history for that goal that he scored to win the treble. Everyone remembers that now. Like you can't get rid of that. So if you want to kind of cement yourself, then it's going to be a moment. So yeah, definitely a moment.
All right, so guys, send in your questions to the live chat. Send in your questions to the live chat. Remember, if you definitely want your question read, use the super chats use the super chats function, which we call dubs. We'll call them dubs here, but use the super chats function for your questions to 100% be read. If not, I'll do my best to pick out the best ones. If you had to choose a player to score a goal in an important match, who would you choose between Chiesa and Mbappe? Chiesa. As of right now, Chiesa.
It's a trick question. I think people are referring to the Euros and how Chiesa scored clutch goals and Mbappe basically faked.
Well,
you missed open goals.
Who scored 2 key goals in a World Cup second round game while Messi was on the pitch? Okay, so let's keep it real. World Cup trumps the Euros. So, but my thing is that right, like for me, I still say Mbappe is still the prodigy.
You see what happened against?
He's still the prodigy. He's still the prodigy.
When he should have scored that goal, and then he sort of kind of faked injury when he should have really scored that. He kind of limped, and it was like, oh, I kind of. It's like, no, bro, you missed a clear chance. So,
all right, let's see what else you guys say. Because remember, guys, send in the questions, man. Send in the questions, man. So according to HH, Cavani and Lukaku are world class, but Kane isn't. Now with Lukaku, I need to think about it. Cavani 1000% is world class. Like that's his standard. Like that's nothing even needs to be discussed. 100% he's world class.
Lukaku's not world class. Lukaku's not world class.
Let's talk. Let's talk. Is Lukaku world class?
No. How can you say Lukaku? This is thing of like Lukaku. Like, yeah, I get the Inter one Serie A, right? Okay, but this needs to be into context. Okay, like the Juventus were basically bricks being managed by a guy, like I said, who rented his coaching badges from Blockbuster, and that's the context of Serie A. AC Milan can try, but they were relying on a 35-year-old Zlatan, and then you have Atalanta and Roma, etc. So also I'm getting a bit of feedback.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So you got to look at the Serie A in that context. Like, let's be real, it wasn't as competitive as it could. And then when you look at the context of the Champions League, Inter finished bottom of their group. And this wasn't a group that had like PSG, Bayern Munich, Peak City, etc. This is a group that had Shakhtar, Gladbach, and a Madrid side that basically lost to Shakhtar twice.
Yeah. Lukaku isn't world class. See, I was just trying to make excuses because he's black. But it's not. Look, guys, I'm fully honest. Like, to put my black bias aside, he's not world class. Because for me, then I'll literally be just being biased because my arguments against Kane being world class are the same as Lukaku. Lukaku, you did super in the Serie A, but it's the Serie A. In the Champions League, when your team needed you, you couldn't say what's up. In the Europa League final, when your team needed you, you couldn't say what's up. So for me, Lukaku and Kane are in the same exact position. Very super talented strikers, but you're just talented within your league.
Yep.
All right, what else are you guys saying, man? So, assuming all Premier League teams get their major targets, what are your top 4 predictions for the Premier League next season? See, my thing is that I don't know what Liverpool's targets are. So let's say City get Kane and Grealish, Chelsea gets Haaland and Koundé. United are supposed to have gotten all their targets. I don't know who Liverpool's targets are. Like we don't really have them, or because the whole Mbappe thing was no. But let's just play a game. Let's just for argument's sake. Let's say Liverpool gets Mbappe in a weird, crazy alternate world. In a weird alternate world. Okay, this isn't reality.
Okay.
This is the Matrix. So in the Matrix, Liverpool gets Mbappe, Chelsea get Haaland and Koundé. United obviously have Sancho and Varane. City gets Kane and Grealish. I would put Liverpool top, City second. I would argue Chelsea second, City third, United fourth.
Exactly. United fourth. Exactly.
Actually, no. Wait a minute. Thinking about it right now.
Yeah. No.
Probably United first.
No.
Probably United.
No.
City second, Liverpool
Everyone
third,
in the
and then
everyone in the
Chelsea
chat
fourth.
heard. Everyone in the chat heard that HH put United fourth.
Okay. Go.
So I'll go. I'm going to put be more realistic. So based on what we've seen last season going into this season, right? So people need to know the context that 2 of the teams in the current top 4 were in the Champions League final. That's Chelsea and Manchester City, right? Okay. Thomas Tuchel obviously didn't have Chelsea for the full season, so you saw what he did in such a short period of time with his players. If he gets like his defender and even a striker, and it might not be Haaland, but even just someone to just give back up to Timo Werner, then suddenly you've got a Chelsea side that has they've obviously got Mendy, solid keeper. They've got the defense sorted out. Kante still balling. Jorginho's off for Euros. Havertz looks like he's doing. You've got Ziyech coming in. So this is a Chelsea time with a manager that will now have a full season to go and do what he needs to do. And they've just gone the back for a Champions League. City, obviously won the Premier League previous season, been Champions League final. You're looking, they're being linked with Grealish potentially. I'm not sure whether they'll get Kane, but even then, the depth in City's squad over 38 game season is good enough that they should be able to win the title. I'll bet maybe struggle against Tuchel again. Liverpool, we don't know, but the fact that they've got the defense back means they're going to be able to at least play Fabinho. Because one of the problems with Liverpool season is Fabinho constantly playing in that centre back role. Fabinho playing in the DM role is a beast there. And when you've got Van Dijk back and now you've got Konate defense, that's sorted out. So they're going to be harder to beat. United really's main issue most last season was the centre back and one with CDM role. Not that we were, because we were talking about Sancho, but to be honest, United didn't have any problems really scoring lots. We were the second highest goal scorer in the league last season. Our issue was our centre back situation and the lack of CDM actually, ball playing CDM in that respect. And so while one issue is sorted potentially, the latter one isn't. I think that will still give United problems. So based on all of that, I think that we're looking at predictions. Chelsea are probably going to come first. Then Manchester City are going to come second. Liverpool. It'll be Liverpool. I'm going to assume. Okay, no, Liverpool are going to. Chelsea are going to be first. United are going to be third. I'm going to say Liverpool are going to be fourth, and I'm remember myself why, because they're going to lose the AFCON players. That's the thing. They're going to lose Salah and Mane and Matip potentially in the AFCON in January, and that might potentially derail them. So I'll bring Liverpool.
No, I think Matip retired from Cameroon.
Oh, did he? Okay,
Yeah,
fine. Okay. But even Salah and Mane, because if you take Salah and Mane out, and it sounds like Shaqiri's going as well, aside from Yotsu, you're going to rely on like Jota, Firmino, and Origi as your front three for a good month plus. Might be a bit peak.
Well, Sadio Mane was pretty crap last year. So my thing is, the big thing is Salah. So how much will it affect them losing Salah? Especially if let's say Egypt have like a
Mendy. Wait, bro. Actually, Mendy is Senegal, right?
What?
So Mendy's Senegal
No,
number
no,
one.
he's French. He changed.
Oh, it's French. Oh, it's French. Okay, fine.
He changed to France. He changed to France. He changed.
Okay, fine. So I thought you might have to deal with Kepa for a month.
No.
He's
He's
Chelsea.
staying. He's going on. Kepa's not touching that pitch. He's French. He's French.
Okay.
Bigger international finals flop. Robin or Kane? You see, my thing is that Kane has only played one international final. And my thing is that, yes, Robin missed 2 1v1s against a team who may have been doping. Again, it's not me. I read somewhere that apparently they were doping. So, if he's not going to Senegal. Okay, I told you, Mendy revoked his Senegal citizenship. He's French. He's not going anywhere. Kepa is not going out there. So my thing is,
I mean, his Wikipedia does say that he's the Senegal.
wait, you're using Wikipedia? So wait. Red Devil. You're going to use Wikipedia over my knowledge. You're going to trust Wikipedia.
I'm just saying, bro. He's just saying it says that he's in the Senegal national team.
French. He's French. Red Devil. He's French. Kepa's not significant.
It's you know,
Red Devil, look, Red Devil. If it's a case of where I have to stab him in the leg to basically make him stay, I just say that basically, we stab him in the leg. Senegal make the registration. They say, oh, it's a miracle. He actually recovered after a whole week. But oops, you've already made the registration. It's fine. Mendy, you're not stepping 1 foot outside the frigging stadium for the whole month. He is staying. He's not going to the AFCON. Bigger international flop, Robin or Kane? I would say Kane because Robin at least had 2 1v1s. Okay, he didn't score them, but at least he was, no, I think, do you mean international finals as in the final game or just international tournaments?
Yeah, I was going to say international tournaments. Kane, because so far it's been 2, isn't it? Kane was obviously the World Cup and then Euros. Did he play? Did he play? Was he in the squad against Iceland in the 20? I can't remember.
2016. Like remember, he was taking corner kicks.
Oh yeah, God. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
taking those corner kicks. Yeah, he was.
And overall, it's got to be Kane, surely.
Because look. Robin was. I don't think Robin was probably the best player that 2014 World Cup. Oh no, he said no international tournament final game.
Final. Okay.
Because Robin, okay, wow, he missed 2 1v1s. At least he put himself in the position to get us 1 1v1s. Kane didn't even do anything in that final, man. So 100% for me. I'm gonna say your boy Harry Kane, man. So we've got a dub.
Sorry, I'm just going to double check who Chelsea playing in January. But just go on.
Oh, Red Devil! I've told you that he's from France. He's French. He's English. He's Dutch. He's Swedish. He's anything but an African nation. So basically, in February and basically in January he's non-African. So in January he's French.
Chelsea January 1st, Liverpool, Manchester City, Spurs.
Excuse me.
January.
Excuse me. Liverpool. Hold up. Whoa. Wait. Hold up.
January. Liverpool, City, Spurs.
Wait. Hold up.
I'm gonna share.
I think. Wait. Hasn't the AFCON been delayed? Hasn't the AFCON been delayed? I think the AFCON. They said that they may delay the AFCON.
Let me share. I'll just share screen HH. So you just see that. This is just share. That's the.
Wait.
Yeah, share it.
Wait. Hold up. Actually, when is the African Nations Cup?
What we're saying is Kepa is
African Nations Cup.
is Kepa.
He's not. Oh shit. 9th of January to 6th of February.
But they'll have left beforehand, won't they? So I don't know whether they'll play in the first.
Oh no! Wait. Says who? 9th of January. No.
Don't they have to leave a couple of days before?
No, they don't. No. What happens is you play that game, then you join the freaking squad. So you play on so they'll then come on. You have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 days to prepare for the whole thing. So
8 days prepare for the whole thing. Yeah. So Liverpool, City, Spurs. So what's the February? What's next in February? Why isn't it loading? So Brighton. Okay, fine. You didn't win last season against them, but so yeah. Well, I mean, Kepa can do a job against City and Spurs and potentially Brighton, maybe Liverpool, right?
So basically, what you're pretty much saying is that we need to sign a keeper. So we need to basically sign a.
You need to sign a keeper. Is Caballero still at the club? Is he your third choice?
Cudicini, I think Cudicini is the goalkeeping coach.
No, just get check from the office,
bro.
Check from the office.
Red Devil. You know what? That won't be that crazy a thing to do. Just get check.
Just get check.
Get freaking check, man. Get freaking check. From your boy LSK, man. So LSK Laxon says, HH, send me the link. I gotta ask you a question, bro. Oh god, what does this guy want? All right, let me hook him up.
Screenshot. Yeah, there you go.
Oh god, man. So I'm not gonna be ganged up. I'm not gonna be that's not right. All right. Wait, LSK, send me because I don't have your send me a DM because I've forgotten what your username is. Oh, there you go. I think I got you now. All right. Check your DM. I've sent it to you in the DM. Send it to you in the DM. All right, guys. Who holds what else are we popping saying? Liverpool will be without Salah and Man City without Mahrez.
I mean, Kepa in goal though. This is like it's like
yes,
you're right.
And also, what if City gets Kane and Grealish? Like, okay, yes, you lose Mahrez. Is Mahrez like the most important player for Man City? Is it like, oh my gosh, if they don't have Mahrez? No, see, for Liverpool are the guys who will be the most screwed for sure, because two of your main players, your main attacking players and goal scorers being missing, Liverpool will be screwed. Hence for Liverpool, it is imperative for them that they get a striker this summer.
I still think if they play Kepa in goal, you just have to shoot from anywhere in the pitch. To be honest, like that's like I don't think you need Salah and Mane to score against Kepa really. So it won't be.
But let me ask you, Red Devil. So like, is Solskjaer under pressure this season based off of these two transfers? The money that has been invested and injected in signing the new contracts. Is it a case of where, no. He's got to, he has to pop off this summer?
I mean,
how much
obviously,
pressure
it's for stars. I don't have a lot of. I don't think. Sorry, go on. Yeah, go on.
No. So is it a case of where minimum trophy, based off the money that's been spent, minimum trophy? If you don't get a trophy, bounce. Because I was speaking to Terry about this, and he said that if let's say United like only lose the league by like a few points and they come really close and so forth, he'd be like, oh no, that's fine. I said, well, no, you spend too much to now end up with a trophyless season.
So where's the shout to YSK, man? Infinity goal, man, Wally. But the thing is, where's the pressure coming from? Is the pressure coming from the board, or is the pressure coming from if the pressure is because because we know standard when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is under threat, we know what tends to happen with the United squad team. The standard right now, whether people like or not on the board, is consistent Champions League football for the revenue and stuff like that. United's run like a business. So, as I've said, like sometimes like, oh, he's not winning trophies yet. Like he's not winning trophies. Yeah, he's right. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been the only manager since Sir Alex to have qualified for back-to-back Champions Leagues. That's why he's still in the job. Whereas other managers weren't because they weren't qualifying the Champions League. So long as Ole Gunnar, it's like Arsenal. It sucks. It's on the but. So long as at a minimum he needs to qualify for the Champions League. That's the thing. So I don't think he's going to get sacked if he gets second or third or fourth on it, because as long as he achieves the Champions League. So in that sense, there's no in quote pressure. But from the fans, obviously, from the and even just from the team as well as player humanity, signing players, and especially players like Pogba, they want to see success. You want to keep him. He needs to at least be competing for the Premier League and the Champions League. You okay, HH?
No, bro, I'm just seeing some wild stuff in the live chats, man. I mean, some guys are just psycho. LSK, why are you here? LSK Jackson, why are you here? LSK Laxon, why are you here? Calling LSK Laxon, why are you here? Okay, so LSK Laxon, his thing isn't really popping up. All right, let's look at what else. Some more guys, send in your cues, man. What we're taking in questions, send in your cues, guys. Send in your cues. From Selection, Mr. Selection, thank you for the dub. Selection, thank you for the dub. So Selection says, Keita as well. Liverpool will sign a striker or another winger this summer, according to Fab, obviously Fabrizio Romano. Didn't Salah score a screamer against Kepa? Selection, everybody has scored against Kepa. He's trash. He's garbage. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Salah has dropped a 3 or 4 piece on Kepa. Kepa is arguably one of the he's arguably one of the worst keepers I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, sorry, here, Judge. I've seen a comment where they're talking about like Ollie's give 400 million, but Mourinho has less than 200 million. That's factually inaccurate. That's just not possible. I don't know how you can say that Ollie was given 400 million and Mourinho was given less than 200, Mr. T. Like Mourinho was given more than 200 million. Pogba.
Wait. So what? Mourinho was given less and he was sacked, and so Mourinho had less, won a trophy, and Ole had more. And explain.
No, but the statement. I'm just saying it's a factual statement. So they're saying they gave Ole. It says they gave Ole 400 million, but Mourinho less than 200 million. I'm like, that's a factually inaccurate statement when you consider the signings that Mourinho made. They spent like at least 80 something million on Lukaku and close to 90 on, I think 85, 80 on getting Paul Pogba. So that's 168. Then he spent 30 million on Victor Lindelof. You're already on 200 million now. He spent another 50 million to get Fred. He spent another 30 million, possibly 40 on getting Eric Bailly.
Wait, what?
He bought
He dropped 50 on Fred? He dropped 50 on Fred?
He sanctioned the Fred move, not Ollie. Then Bailly, then Lindelof, 37 million each. Then he sanctioned Mkhitaryan that people forgotten, who was, I think, 40 million as well. And then Sanchez on those ridiculous wages, which we had to shift for 400,000 as well. So no, that's already touching 400 million with the players that are listed. So no, none of that sympathy from Mourinho, man. I'm sorry. He got backed.
Okay, so I mean, but to your earlier points, I mean, yeah, look, I said that Liverpool will sign a striker or another winger this summer. See, no, for me, as I said again, see, here's my thing. Liverpool, I believe, I can almost, it's going to be okay, put it this way, if City gets Keane and Grealish, and Liverpool get like a big striker or another big winger, I think we'll have a great title race. Because I think, as I said, Van Dijk coming back means Fabinho now goes back into DM, which means that Liverpool's midfield is now increased and getting better. If you now have another good quality striker or winger with Mane, with Jota, and if it's the case, especially that January period where you have another quality attacking player. So you now have that and Jota when Salah and Mane now go through with the support system of Van Dijk and Fabinho in there, then I think Liverpool are going to be looking really good. So, but my thing is that who are Liverpool going in for? Like, I've not really heard any kind of names or any kind of targets that Liverpool are going in for. So, because I think that's here, like, we can't sleep on Liverpool. Because I told you, like, let's be real.
But Chelsea
We have to
and
put some
Tottenham-
respect on Salah's name, man.
Just to clarify, you accept that Chelsea would also be in a title race as things stand?
No. Without a striker, Chelsea not in the title.
Why? How? I don't
That's a
understand.
lie.
How?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Chelsea
That's a
not,
lie.
no, they're not. Like,
Why is
the
it-
only guys in the title race right now are City, United, Liverpool.
and Chelsea?
You know, you see, my thing is, it's the thing.
How can the
issue
current
with United
Champions
is
League-
they've
how
got
can the
this
current
joke.
Champions- How can the current Champions League winners not be in the title race? You need to explain this to me.
Red, you read my mind, man. You read my mind. I was just about to ask the same thing.
The current CL winners.
Alleged
can't be-
CL winners.
Without a Chelsea,
You want a CL without a striker?
if that's KGB double agents, Russian spy, known as Limolena as the striker, Chelsea can't be thinking about any league.
Turbo Timo. What's wrong with Turbo Timo? You won the CL with him. What?
I know. But
So are you saying that your CL was a fluke?
I say the CL was dud because what team has won a Champions League with a spy? Name me one team that's won a CL with a spy. No one. But no, back to Liverpool. Liverpool as is, can they win the league? As they are, if they don't buy a striker, can they win the league? Because for me, if they buy a striker, a quality striker or a quality inside forward attacking player, I think Liverpool will really come close to Man City and will run Man City very, very close, even if City gets Kane and Grealish. If they don't, can they?
Wait, what, didn't you say your expectations like say if Tuchel started the last season off with Chelsea, didn't you say your expectations were like at least second?
YSK, unless you can tell me when I'm getting a striker, that's all that's in my head right now.
No, that's what I came in to ask you. Like it's July 31st, you know.
Okay.
And the deadline's in a month exactly. So
I know.
What's going on?
YSK, what's going on is Marina. And what's going on is hope. And what's going on is we are waiting. And all we can do is hope. I am holding out that I'm holding on to a thing called patience. Patience is a virtue still.
But who are you holding out for though? Because we know Haaland isn't happening. So who is it?
Says who?
Well, I mean, says who?
Says Haaland.
Says Haaland. Says Borussia
And?
Dortmund. Says.
So Haaland can't lie. So people can't lie. YSK Jackson.
Oh yeah, no.
We don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Fabrizio said
We
it.
don't know what, I don't care what Fabrizio for I don't care what he says.
He's the transfer god. We listen to him, not you.
Good, fine, cool. All that matters is, and also, Red Devil, we know how much that guy is charging for 20 minutes of his box. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, you gotta, in the know, you gotta.
And look, Red Devil, I might still pay it. I mean,
Yeah, this
that
is the thing.
crack body.
This is the thing.
Look, like that's like extortion.
It is. But then but it's clout versus extortion, man, isn't it? You know, like if you got to offer the clout, you got to offer the keys, man.
Okay.
You know.
So no, my main thing is that I for Fabrizio, okay, cool. Look, because who knows, for Fabrizio, I could be doing a little thing with Fabrizio. So Fabrizio is a nice, lovely guy, and I love Italy. Buongiorno. YSK, you just open your mouth and just say there's a month till the end of the window. Can you relax? Can you be patient? Because my thing is that if Haaland is a Chelsea player, we're having a 72 hour. If Chelsea pull this off, we're having a 72 hour.
What if Ingsy is a Chelsea player? How many hours is that?
minus 52. It's minus 52. So you give me 52 hours. So look, you know what I think, guys? Do we need to put more respect on Salah's name? Because that's like let's be real, because this is the guy who I thought was a one-season wonder, 15 goals max. Based on just how bad Liverpool were, Salah still stats padded. He still said what's up. So if we do the calculations, you've got Van Dijk back, you've got Gomez back, Fabinho's now back into DM. Salah is always going to be Salah. Okay, could it be missing him in January? And worst case scenario, you miss him all the way till February 9th. So you miss him for like a month and some change. But if you get a quality attacker, like as I said again, in an alternate world, it's not happened in an alternate universe. If let's say Liverpool got Mbappe, oh, bro, like that's like okay. Now you can say what's up. So the key is precisely who is the attacker they get. Based on the attacker that they get, will tell me like what your boy Liverpool can be able to do. From your boy Rodrigo Rodgers, man, who says Salah missing for Liverpool is bigger than Mendy for Chelsea. Oh, for sure. But Rodrigo, Kepa is garbage. Like 100%, Liverpool missing Salah is huge because that is a juggernaut. That is a goal-scoring juggernaut.
Also, there's always a risk. I mean, I don't know what happens to AFCON, but like, there's always a higher chance these players get injured in international duty. And if Mendy gets injured while playing, which is possible, given how we know referees and that, they're like,
no, he's a keep. The possibility is low. The possibility is low. So
it's there.
Red Devil, don't put that negative energy out in the world.
It's there. I don't
Red
wish
Devil Studio. We're talking to the UCL winners.
Has Mendy not committed his allegiance to a country yet?
Senegal. He's a Senegal number
France.
one.
I thought it was French.
He's French. He's French.
He's a Senegalese number one.
Basically, every 2 years in January, he's French.
Okay.
Like I don't know, it's some kind of weird thing that he has. Like so, he's always French in January, like every 2 years or so. Then he
just like every 2 years, Kepa is Brazilian.
So you're gonna have to roll with your player manager for.
Well, it's okay. Let's get.
I want to see that. I genuinely want to see that City game, Chelsea and City with Kepa and goal. I want to see how it works, especially if City signed Grealish and Kane.
Okay. So my main thing right now is
there might be a 24-hour.
We have two priorities right now. Our first priority is a striker. Second priority is a backup keeper. So we know basically it's been updated. So basically, I'm calling Bram tomorrow. Say Bram, okay, we need two signings. We need a striker, backup keeper. Backup keeper is needed because I'll tell you right now, I'll take Caballero over Kepa. I'm willing, as dodgy as Caballero is, I'm still willing to take Caballero over Kepa. But in an ideal scenario, get a back. There are many decent guys around. I'm sure you could go into France and find some very good, decent keepers who are happy to sustain the bench. Please, or you know what? If worst comes to the worst, get your freaking ass on that freaking pitch for that month. Okay. So check.
This is you and Abdullahi. Like he constantly throws shade on a guy who has literally committed his life for London Blues. He signed a 7-year deal, and this is how
he's not signed any. He's
7-year deal, man.
He's not honoring that.
He signed a 7-year deal, bro.
That isn't getting honored.
Most expensive.
He's committed his life.
Premier League.
He's committed the contract. Wait, let's get to the job. So what's it called? From Hakim, whose was Kepa or Werner?
No, Werner assist. And Werner scored a goal in a CL semi-final, so it's got to be Kepa. Kepa literally was told to get off the bench, get off the pitch, and decided to stay on the field. Regardless, I've never seen any football like that ever in my how many years of watching football. I've never witnessed that ever in football. Like, come off, no.
Red Devil, he's on a double contract. He's on a part-time manager contract.
You can't compare the two.
Okay, no. Honestly speaking, as bad as Werner is, at least he somehow, even if he may contribute indirectly without him even knowing, at least he somehow contributes. Kepa is trash. So you do nothing to help the team going forward. So he's just straight up bad. So a dude being straight up bad and a guy who, hey, look, he's fast. Okay, at least he's fast. At least he runs. At least his speed and his pace maybe causes some issues with the opposition. So maybe you can use us as somewhat of an example. So yeah, I'm going to say Kepa is worse because Kepa is just straight up useless. From Mr. Mans, thank you for the dog, Mr. Mans. Mr. Mans says, HH, would you trade Werner and Mendy for Haaland and Karius? I think this is a trick question. Wait, let me think on this. Wait, would you trade Werner and Mendy?
Bro, can we? That's so disrespectful to Turbo Timo, bro. Like, what? This guy was so crucial for your team, bro. Like,
why is he show up?
What is this? Basically, you're asking for a guy who hasn't even fully gained consciousness yet since the final, or Timo.
Wait, what's it called? Yes. No. Yes, because see,
no.
You know what I'll do? I'll say yes. And wait, what the heck is Latin Rosario doing here? Wait, why don't tell me you gave him the link?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, because I saw you talking in the live chat.
No, it was. You know what it is. I think Martin's working with like the CIA and.
Yeah, cool.
FBI,
so wait, Lanton. Before I bring you in, because first I didn't even know what you're freaking doing here. I would do the trade, but Karius, you're not playing. You're cleaning the toilets, and Chelsea just get another keeper. So they bring you in, and you're there to clean the toilets and just to shine the boots. So basically, you walk in the boot room, but the person who will be playing will be so basically the person who will be playing fully 100%, obviously Haaland, and Chelsea will just get a different keeper. So yeah, so nothing in the equation says, oh, you have to play Karius. So yeah, make the deal. Karius, you're not playing. Simple as that. And from your boy Whimsical Thought, thank you for the meal. Whimsical Thought, thank you for the meal. So Whimsical says, since we have Boychester divided guys in the panel,
it's Manchester United treble winners.
Since we have Boychester guys in the panel, Hope, you have always maintained a centre-back pair of Serie is the best you have seen. Is that above Tassotti Maldini or Ramos Varane or even Baresi Costacota? You can also mention Cannavaro and Nesta as well. You see, the thing about because the Rio and Terry was damn good, but the thing about the Ramos Varane one is you have mobility and agility there. So, and 3 seals in a row is 3 seals in a row. But in terms of just pure defending, I may have to look at Baresi, Costacota, or even Tassotti Maldini, or even Cannavaro, Nesta. Like, you probably have to look at Nesta and Cannavaro as well, but
wait, why is it Terry and Rio?
Oh, Terry, because I said once that Terry is they're one of the best partnerships I've ever seen. Do you know how
Terry and Rio?
Do you know how good Terry and Rio were?
I'd argue Vidic and Rio was a better partnership than Terry and Rio.
Terry and Rio, bro. Like, England only lost via penalties because those guys were thou shalt not pass. Terry and Rio, that is what you call a freaking wall. That was the walls of freaking Jericho. So you have to put some respect on Nesta Cannavaro. Like, that is an interesting one. The best defensive partnership, I've seen. Peak, because Baresi thingy was a bit. I mean, I only have remnants of that because obviously I watched my first World Cup was the '94 World Cup, so I have remnants of Baresi. But obviously that's why Baresi towards the end of his career. But Nesta Cannavaro was different, man. Nesta Cannavaro was different. I mean, Red Devil, best defensive partnership you've seen, best centre back pairing.
Best centre back pairing. Oh man, I mean, I've got to be biased United fan. I obviously say Ferdinand Vidic was absolutely phenomenal. For a double
of all time.
Yeah. You said I've seen. So
yes.
all time a bit, yeah.
Best defensive pairing that you've seen.
I've seen. Yeah, that's the thing. So like, I obviously think that Maldini, for example, is better than both of them, for example, but I wouldn't say that I watched Maldini as much as I did Ferdinand Vidic. That's where I'll put my bias to the side. So in terms of that I saw consistently that also achieved great things, I'm gonna obviously say the Ferdinand Vidic partnership because of the fact that they have their duopoly CL League and the fact that they were critical in us winning the Premier League back-to-back 3 times. But I make no evidence that there were much better centre backs out there. Like, Max said, Maldini for me is arguably one of the best centre backs of all time. So Terry, I can't really say Terry because questionable. But
why? What about best partnership? Partnership?
Yeah, again, it's the same with what Red Devil said. Obviously, I have United bias, and I'm gonna and also from what I've seen Rio and Vidic so much, and Vidic just that season for Vidic was just ridiculous. Was it 07-08 season when we did the double. That season just goes by without even any mention. Like, people want to mention Van Dijk's best season. I think personally, I don't know about Red Devil, but I personally think that season that Vidic had completely steamrolls any best season that Van Dijk's had. In terms of both achievement and performance.
What's his name? Jap Stam was a better defender.
But during Vidic's red cards and so forth, take some gloss because he used to get a few red cards, bro.
Yeah, but he was that kind of he was like the last kind of, because he wasn't a ball playing defender as Van Dijk is. He's more of a.
The question was partnership as well, not individuals.
Yeah.
The partnership, not as individuals, a separate argument. But if we're talking about partnerships, then go on.
Partnerships, yeah, definitely. I think for me, Vidic and Rio takes it over the other guys, but mainly because I've seen them more consistently than the likes of Cannavaro, Nesta, and obviously Baresi. I wasn't even alive, so yeah.
Pepe and Ramos is a good secondary shout. Like,
no, Ramos.
Yeah, so I think that's Varane, more of
put some respect. Like Ramos, Varane, man. Like, because my thing is, those guys, like 3 seals in a row is 3 seals in a row. I think the issue with the Ramos Varane thing is it's how mobile they were and how good on the ball they were. See, all the other defensive partnerships these are just really good to defenders. Ramos Varane, we have the defending, but we can play on the ball. We can pass the ball. We can bring the ball out. We are quick. We are agile. We are mobile as well. So, and also, these guys came up against a strong Bayern side, a strong PSG side, a strong Liverpool. They came up against the very best, and for 3 seasons in a row, that's rare guards still firm. So I think we need to put a bit of respect, man. Okay. Martin, what do you want? Be very quick. What do you want, Martin?
Yo, what's going on? I'm glad I could join.
Martin, how did you get in here, man? How did you get in here?
It was a hack. It was a hack. I worked my magic.
Bro, I told this guy you work for the CIA and FBI and everything.
It didn't send me anything. All right, the guy.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, man. I just want to say shout out to everybody. Mbappe flopped against Switzerland.
you know, if
Yo,
he had his chance
you
to
gotta
translate
respect.
something
You gotta respect it. You gotta
constructive,
respect it.
that is chance to take something constructive and it's good. So yeah, Martin, that's the last time I'm going to be allowing you anywhere near
Yo.
this thing as well, man. And it's actually see, you give someone an inch, they want to take a mile. You give someone an inch, they want to take a freaking mile, man. So yeah, Latin, that'll be the last time that you'll ever be sniffing yourself. So also,
I wonder how long. I wonder
has a
how long
World
he's
Cup.
gonna stay for.
You see, my thing is that okay, I see if Mbappe wins that Champions League,
He wants to win it with PSG. By the way, he wants to win it with PSG.
all he needs is that UCL Infinity Stone. Just give him that UCL Infinity Stone, and it's over. It's over.
So he just needs 2 Infinity Stones. That's it.
No. A World Cup in Infinity Stone and a UCL. I'm talking football. This is Avengers. This is football comics. Okay.
No. You have to have 6. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense otherwise. You gotta have 6.
It's the FCU. This is the FCU, not MCU. This is the football. Wait. What does MCU stand for again?
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
This is the football cinematic universe. This is the FCU. In the FCU, the most powerful Infinity Stones is the Champions League Infinity Stone and the World Cup Infinity Stone. If you collect those,
so how many are there?
Well, you need the Ballon d'Or Infinity Stone as well.
So you need the Ballon d'Or is one of them.
I believe there are 3. So there's your Confederations Cup Infinity Stone, so Euros, AFCON, Cup America, World Cup Infinity Stone, and the CL Infinity Stone.
No, you need to have the Ballon d'Or. I need at least 1 Ballon d'Or.
You see, if you have the 2 Infinity Stones,
no. There's no exchange rates. There's no
Ballon d'Or Infinity Stone.
There's no exchange rate. No, you gotta have one.
The Ballon d'Or Infinity Stone is some crap that Saruman made.
Is there HH? Is there an issue? And this is in Vlad as well that there's a risk that if he does stay at PSG, that he does become like a kick and run merchant. Like a placement is that I'm not saying as a hater. I'm just saying, is that a potential risk?
Wait. A risk of what? Say again. What's the risk?
Just being like a kick and run pace merchant, basically. So he doesn't actually
Red Devil. That's why he just
a risk.
You see, my thing are all these abuse and insults. It's all cute.
No, that's not an abuse. I'm just. Is that?
I know. He won a World Cup at 19 years of it. Like, what was Messi doing at 19? What was he doing? What was he doing at 19?
It's not an insult. I'm just. He was great. He
was
great.
Messi at 19 was sitting on the bench while Argentina lost to Germany in 06. 19 years of age, Mbappe was scoring in a World Cup final. It is what it is. Haters, say what's up.
It is what it is. But at the same time, Messi has Champions League and now a Copper
with super stacked teams. Mbappe has been playing with
Mbappe has been in a stacked team in PSG. He's been in one of the best teams.
Wait a minute.
Bro, that French team was pretty stacked as well. That French side was pretty stacked.
It doesn't matter how stacked your team is. His team is cursed. His team is under witchcraft.
Witchcraft from who? Witchcraft from what?
Miracle at Camp Nou.
No. What about his French team? What about his French team? What about the French team? That was stacked.
Yeah. That was a stacked French team, and you missed.
Basically, there's no dud in what he did. There's 0 dud in what he did. 0 dud.
From selection, who says purely for speculation, which centre back pairing in the Premier League are you looking forward to? I think VVD and Konate will be a madness. You see, Chelsea don't have a centre back pairing though.
Kunde and Thiago, man, that's gonna be beast.
Red Devil and YSK, shut up. Basically, it's between
no. Red Devil. You know, he's named after like a little village in Naples.
You see, my thing is Konate. Watching him for Leipzig looks really good, but you see, the thing about centre back pairing is Varane and Maguire has the potential to be crazy. So let's first look at Varane and Maguire, then I'll talk about Konate and Van Dijk. So the thing with Varane and Maguire is Maguire showed at the Euros that okay, boom, this guy can actually come up and be a top defender either in a 3 or in a back 4. If centre back pairing is all about chemistry. It's not about having 2 great defenders, just having defenders who complement each other very well. So if Varane and Maguire work very well, United's defense could be transformed, especially if they have the double pivots. Now with Konate and Van Dijk, a lot of that will depend on Van Dijk. Now, if Van Dijk is able to tutor Konate in the right way, because I think Konate's upside is greater than Gomez, and Matip is far too injury prone. So if Van Dijk can really help to coach Konate well, and Konate can really work well with Van Dijk, that could be a very, very good defensive pair. And also remember, with Konate as well, he can bring the ball up very well. Because for Leipzig, you saw him being able to bring the ball up into midfield and really carry the ball. So a lot of that will depend on Van Dijk. Because I think that Gomez really improved playing with Van Dijk, and Van Dijk helped Gomez, just as how Diaz helped Stones and Maguire helped Stones. So, put it this way, I am more interested to see Van Dijk and Konate, because I already know what Varane brings, and I've already seen enough of Maguire. So this one is because Konate is a younger player, and on the come up is like, oh wow, how well could he now do playing with Van Dijk? The thing with Varane is that, okay, how will that work? So basically, to be honest, I am both looking at them in the same way, because I'm like, will Varane and Maguire work? Because if they both work, that's a very strong defense, especially with Wan-Bissaka and Shaw. That's a strong defense. So Red Devil, I mean, between those two pairings, Konate, Van Dijk, Varane, and Maguire, which one are you looking forward to the most? Or rather, which one do you think is going to be more robust and successful? I concede the least amount of goals. So basically, if let's just say, for argument's sake, that no injuries, they play like the bulk of most of the games this season, which pairing is going to concede the least amount of goals between those two?
I mean, I still think Thiago and Koundé is going to be peak.
Red Devil, don't mention Chelsea. Can you just focus on the question?
I'm saying that's even if you don't get Koundé, Thiago and Rudiger is still beast. You had one of the best defensive records in the league.
Christensen, Red Devil, Christensen.
Yeah. So Chelsea's defense is stacked and packed, and they have multiple options. So,
look, I just don't want to tempt fate, but if Chelsea without back three and so forth, that is a formation that nobody has cracked. That's what I'm saying. But put that to one side. Now, focus on the thing.
Exactly. So
Very good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Bear that in mind regarding the future Premier League winners. For the other two, for the sort of second and third place teams in United and Liverpool, was it? Then, yeah, I think I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how Varane, more so in terms of how he played, because Ollie did actually mention this. He said with Varane that coming in, we're going to be able to play a bit different, and I wonder whether he's thinking that. I think Ollie genuinely wants to play the 4-3-3 with a proper only one holding midfielder. I genuinely think that, because when he did come to Manchester United in the first season, that is kind of how he played. He played with Matic, Herrera, and Pogba, and even late last season we played with Matic, Pogba, and Bruno. So I think he does prefer to play the holding. It's just that having Lindelof, Maguire, having to constantly protect them, defend them, etc. He ended up playing the Fred McTominay thing. So partly because Fred Maguire and Lindelof's pace isn't good enough to protect them. So I just wonder, Varane being a bit quicker than like a Lindelof or Maguire or what have you, whether that means that he'd be more comfortable to play one holding midfielder, especially if we get one, and then we can play a bit more expansive and attacking. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most more than anything. Liverpool, I don't think Klopp is going to play any different. I think the only issue I think with Liverpool is that, and I've said to Liverpool fans with Gomez and Van Dijk, is that when you've been out for so long, I mean, it's only pre-season, but we saw Van Dijk on his ass, and it's nothing he'll be fine. It is only pre-season, but there is still that thing where, like, when a player's out for that long, can they really push themselves and get back to their best? So I think this season,
I mean, it takes a few games. I mean, if you're that good,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, to get back into shape.
If it gets back to the best into a shape, and it's like and gets awesome clean sheets, then like fair play to Van Dijk. He does deserve to be world class, because you came back from a horrific injury to maintain your form. But I don't know. I've always seen when players are out for more than a year, coming 2 and 3 months is one thing, but being out for a year plus, and then the fear sometimes of going hard when you risk potentially injuring yourself again. I think that's the overlying thing you're going to have with Van Dijk, and because all the Liverpool defenders are injury prone to a certain extent. Van Dijk is obviously out. Gomez is injury prone. Matip is injury prone. So we don't know what Konate is going to be like. And then your backups are Neco Williams and the Phillips character, and that's all you got. So, well, I guess we'll see what happens.
YSK, which partnership?
I mean, Red Devil already touched on the outline Premier League winners London Blues partnership, so we don't need to get into that anymore. But I think what it is with Van Dijk as well. We saw him get lubricated in the preseason game, but with you got to take into account the sort of the injury that he took as well. ACLs are very difficult to get back to, and they take away basically Van Dijk's game is built on his power, and his speed and how he is in transitional play as well as his defensive work. It'll be interesting to see if he still has that in him. Once you get ACL injuries, your legs, some people don't come back from that. They lose. The injury takes a part of you with it. So it'll be interesting to see how he looks like once he gets into to a few games into the season. And with Konate as well, I don't think Klopp will start off with that pairing. I think Klopp will go with what he knows to work with Gomez, because Gomez did improve quite a bit under him. So I think he would go with that Gomez and VVD partnership. What I'm most looking forward to, obviously, as being biased, I'm gonna enjoy seeing what Maguire and Varane can do. Especially with Roberto Carlos on the left, and
they better say what's up based on the hype and
no, I don't.
Based on the hype, they better say what's up.
No, I think I'm gonna. You'd have to give Varane a few games to settle. I don't think there's going to be an instant impact. It could happen. It could happen.
He'll never settle.
Yeah. Lanny Mills, Lanny Lils, bro. The dude doesn't even get into an all-time Liverpool reserves team, let alone any other team. So I couldn't care less about Lils. And then you know what it is? I'm getting sick and tired of these skinheads, man, and their opinions. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. But I'm looking forward to Maguire and Varane, leaving aside the Premier League, eventual Premier League winners, of course.
From Mr. Abracadabra, didn't you say that Minamino is better early? Okay, look, I still think Minamino is talented, but look, sometimes it's a bad fit. You could see Minamino in another team. Let's say you put him in a Sevilla, you put him in an Atalanta or so forth, and boom, he could suddenly be good. He's still a good player, but I just think there's obviously for Liverpool, how the team operates, how they move the ball around, the position that he's given, it just doesn't work out. So he's still a good player. Like I told you, all because a player doesn't work for a particular team doesn't mean the player is trash. There have been amazing players. I always use the example Riquelme, or you can even use the example like Quaresma, who've been at top clubs. Say what's up, Quaresma is one of the most talented players I've ever seen. He flopped at Inter Milan. It didn't work out. Riquelme flopped at Barcelona. So I think it's really just about the fit. And from Suleiman, oh Lord, who says, best centre-back pairing ever is Dante and Luis. Guys, when last did you watch? Because obviously we did the 7-1 classic match thing on Thursday. So basically every Thursday night on Twitch we're going to do a classic match stream, and we did Brazil against Germany. Do you know, watching that game, that has to rank as some of the worst defending I think I've ever seen in a high-profile game. Specifically in a semi, defending was atrocious. And my thing is, it's just so crazy how this was 2014. And you still had Chelsea fans who were still swearing by David Luiz knows how to defend. That's how do you hold 7 as first of all, the captain of the team? So you wore that captain's armband. So you were the leader of the defense. And then Dante speaking next to you. and you held 5 after 25. I thought it was a glitch. 25 minutes, you were 5-0 down, and all 5 goals came from open play. And the thing about the goals were the goals were not amazing. There was only like one amazing goal, which was Scholl's second goal. These goals were just like pass, boom. Because the defending was so bad. Basically the goals were like FIFA goals. Basically it felt as if, like, let's say you're playing against a player who has only just played FIFA for the first time and they don't really know how to defend. So all you do is just pass. So basically just X because the defenders are so right. But I mean, yeah, you know what? That might be the worst defensive pairing based on what they did in that one game. Yeah, I mean, is there a more worst defensive pairing than Sideshow Bob and Dante's Peak?
Who was the partnership for was it PK and Longlegs for the 8-2?
You know what? That's a great debate.
What's
the worst pairing? Shakira's Squeeze and Lenglets, or Sideshow Bob and Dante's Peak?
Does it have to be like big clubs, or can it be? Remember that team in the Dutch league that held like 13 against the yellow thing. Do you remember?
Yeah, like triple V.
Yeah, like yellow thing, like they held 13 in one game. Like, all the centre backs in. I can't remember the team was it. What was the name of that team again?
Wait. I need to
13 in one game, man. I can't remember what it was. Was it VB Vanilla? Was it? Yeah, VBV.
You know what's funny? Because like I remember, like, I think this was like one of my first few games I played like in England. Because obviously I was in school in Geneva for like 2 years. So and I remember, I think this was my first game. And obviously we're playing against this other school team who were really strong. And I think we lost like 9-0. And I was like, just being on a team and just losing like 9-0, I was like, this feels like very weird. And obviously this team were like flipping amazing. And obviously,
I don't want to even say the names. I don't even want to say the names of these dudes, bro.
It was 13-0, yeah. VV Vanello, Ajax. 13,
basically, it was a partnership. I'm not gonna even say this name because it's just gonna come out weird. So I'm gonna say one of them is called Swinkles.
Wait, did he say Swinkles?
The dude's name is Swinkles.
Wait, what's the name of the club?
It was VVV. Was it VVV?
Oh,
basically the match was VVV against Ajax.
Yeah, VVV.
Don't say the other centre back's name, bro. It's gonna come out really weird.
Oh, okay, actually, yeah. Okay, actually, I think I know it. No, because,
bro, especially
because like, you know, like that German, you know, like that whole German guy. Like, I always say his name really quickly. You know what's it called? Like, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Like, I just say it like really quickly. So basically, this is Swinkles, man. This is Swinkles. You know, like, I'm putting him in the Brick Academy, man. Like, he's going to be an alumni. So that's Swinkles. that's Swinkles, man. This is Swinkles. So yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, no, thank you for me. I think this guy, welcome. I think this guy's going to be an honorary member of the academy, man.
To be fair, it was basically he was playing by himself because the other dude got sent off after like before like 60 minutes.
Wait, wait, who did they play? So wait,
Ajax.
It was Ajax. So this was in the evidence. That's what I was like. Are we looking at major leagues? So we're looking at major leagues. 13-0 last season. That's like in one game.
Actually, now it's maybe how it's, or maybe it's his name Kum. It's maybe Kum. You never know. His name it's maybe pronounced Kum.
No, don't stop. You're making it worse, bro.
No. It's maybe not cool. It may be cool. It may be cool. I mean, no, I think like those videos don't look. I think but see, my thing though is Longley and Peaky. They're in a special category because it's been sustained. So they've given us consistent breakness. So you see, you know how I say that consistency is overrated. The only time I rate consistency is when it reverts to brickness. So if you're consistently trash, that's where you can see what's up. So Longley and PK, they have consistent. That's just one horrible game. Donce and Lewis, one horrible game. Longley, I think they can give you an 8-2. They can also give you a 4-0 after having a 3-0 lead, and they have sustained crapness all through the season for like the past 2 years. So taking all things into considered, I think PQ and Langley take it, man.
Hey, Jay, bring up Shane Schubert's comment. What are we going to do with this one?
I didn't even want to bring it up, man. But you see, my thing though is...
How do you concede 31 90 minutes, bro?
I legit thought this was rugby. I legit thought, the Australian, because they play rugby, don't they? Both of them. I legit thought that this was like a rugby sport. I was like, what do you bring up a rugby?
How do you concede 31 in
see, this is why I say like the World Cup has to have like a limit of teams, because my thing is that imagine if some American Samoa made it to the World Cup, and imagine if American Samoa made it to the World Cup, and in their group they had like Spain, Germany, and Argentina. Like, bro, like
you can't even do that on FIFA, bro. Like, it's actually difficult to even score 10 goals.
You can't. But see, 31 is that's like a goal a minute.
So saying American Samoa's FIFA team is probably better. Their virtual FIFA team is better than the team itself. That's literally what we're saying. That the virtual FIFA team is better.
Okay, let's head over some of these other dubs, man. What am I doing here? From your boy, where we at? So from your boy Natsa, who said Latza, who said funny thing is YSK and Red Devil Studios reverse psychology never worked, yet they still do it. Nothing is stronger than Double H's juju.
That's a lie. That's a lie. It did work. So at the start of the season, I said two specific things. I said, like, Liverpool were favourites to win the league. Quote me, go back. And I said that City were going to win the CL. They were favourites to CL. So those are my two statements at the beginning of the season. Liverpool win the Premier League? No, because I didn't want them to win 21. And did City win the Champions League because I didn't want them to win their first Champions League? No, they didn't. So I'm perfectly happy with my reverse psychology. Thank you, Natsa. By the way, Natsa, where's your Champions League and where's your Champions? Please get back to me as soon as you can. I'll be waiting.
see, like Nats, I told you, like, I will, like Nats, like, you see, the exposure season begins on Sunday because we're having a whole hangout dedicated to just discrediting Pep. Because come Sunday, I'm taking away his two UCLs. I'm working on an argument to legally take away his two Champions League medals. So me and my lawyers were hard at work 24/7 to come up with a great legal document to say, no, we are legally taking away those two UCLs. So tune in on Sunday. I told you, Natsa, bro, your bro, he messed up. From Latin Rosario, who says, what's this? What is he says? He says till. No, I'm trying to read what he says because it's weird. Like he says till the
I told you he works at the CIA, man.
So he says that till the season starts, it's always flopped. Interesting. Till the season starts, it's always flopped. Latin, you support Juventus, man. Like you support Juventus. You guys, I told you, you're relying on a geriatric to literally lead you to the promised land.
I think he means Mbappe HH. Just because you said it seems to have an issue reading it. I think he means Mbappe.
Okay. So so he's talking about the guy who won a
Who
World
missed
Cup
the
at
penalty
19.
in the Euros? Who missed the penalty in the Euros? Yeah, that's the
Okay, so sorry. Okay, sorry. Let me read it
yeah,
again. So
Michelangelo, the guy who peaked at 19.
till the season starts, it's always the 19-year-old World Cup winner who is the second teenager who scored it in a World Cup final, and the guy who dropped a two-piece on Messi in a World Cup
The guy who
knockout
missed the
game
penalty in the
flopped.
Euros that knocked France out. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, that one.
all
That
right.
one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Latin. I mean, a World Cup is a World Cup, man. You know what? I mean, what can I say? From Suleiman, thank you for the double, Suleiman. Suleiman says, I think we actually just answered this, which was Piqué and Longley or Dante and Luis. For me, I say that Piqué and Longley are worse because consistency. So there is a greater body of work of Piqué and Longley than Dante and Luis. Dante and Luis just. But let's keep it real. 7-1 and 8-2. Then that's not too far apart. So you have 8-2 and you have 4-0. And you also have Leganes, Levante. I'm sure Lugo said what's up at one point to these guys. So these guys have consistently always been on code with regards to breaking it up for Barcelona, man. So no, you have to give a shout out to those dudes, man. Those guys are specific bricks, man. From your boy MT, who says, "Lead loser said Chelsea were favorites for the CL."
Okay, first of all, if I said they were favorites,
Wait, wait, hold on. Let me read it again because I don't think people heard it properly. So MT said, "Lead loser said Chelsea were favorites for the CL."
Okay, so that might have been okay. First of all, that's probably a lie. But if it was true, it might have occurred later on. Not I said at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, I said Liverpool were favorites for the Premier League and City were the favorites at the beginning of the season. That's what I said. I may have changed things down the line depending on how things, but at the beginning of the season, that's what I said, and that's what happened.
Red Devil, why don't you just say that I am not?
But the full answer to the question, all I want to know is where's the treble though? Where's the treble?
Can I respond?
I just need because there's certain HHC. The thing is, there's certain treble clubs. Barca are part of it, Bayern are part of it, Ajax are part of it, United are part of it.
Red,
so, but
bro,
right now,
why are you talking about why are you talking about trebles, bro? These guys haven't even got a double. You need to first get a double.
Exactly.
And then you go on to get a treble.
Wise kids, it's standards.
Bro, there's levels to this. These guys are.
Let me respond to Red Devil. So Red Devil, the fact matter is, if you want to know how to use Juju, come to me. What this proves is that your Juju is whack. So unless you want to embarrass yourself, just stay off the Juju thing if you don't. Because I know how I am a master. I have mastered the art. I have mastered the.
Can you use that Juju to get Haaland to Chelsea? Then is that why you're saying that you're not? Are you because you're saying that?
No, Chelsea. I think Chelsea. I don't think it's not happening. It's not happening. Like I've already accepted it's not happening.
You didn't say that. You said they're going to sign a striker. That's what you were saying that we're going to get.
Yeah. I mean, it could be Ings. It could be Ings. It could be Ings. Yeah, it could be Ings. So yeah. Ingsy, man. Ingsy.
It literally could be Ings as well.
No, it really could be. It really could be.
If I see Danny Ings holding up a Chelsea jersey or sitting down without time, I'm going to break this iMac. I'm going to break this iMac.
Champions League winners next season. They have Timo Werner.
And I'll stab myself. Basically, I'll do this repeatedly. I'll just like start stabbing myself in the neck. Basically, with the blood spotting out everywhere. What was it called? So what's it called? From Abracadabra, who says, HH, it's okay to have the CCL and Bayern has the same one last year. Abracadabra. First of all, no.
Shout out Abracadabra.
Last year was this was the most difficult UCL to win.
CCL.
And let me remind myself, how many players from Atletico were missing due to COVID? None. Porto, COVID? None. Real Madrid, COVID? None. Man City? None. This is the realest UCL win of all time.
No.
Based off dud, degree of difficulty, and
There's no doubt.
abuse.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
Based off the abuse. I told you guys, I will never ever live this UCL down.
No. He was about to say CC.
I will never leave this UCL. Man, shut up.
Guy, man.
When I use the term double, I mean your domestic title in your Champions League. I don't mean the FA Cup or whatever.
Yeah, we don't care about domestic doubles. We don't care about domestic
treble, like not a domestic double. Then yeah,
we don't care about that.
By definition,
okay. What means more? What means more? A treble or a dud UCL?
A CCL.
A treble, obviously. A dud UCL versus a treble. So what you're basically saying? No, what you're basically saying, HH, is Drogba scoring that goal in the
No.
It's greater than United treble under Oli. No.
UCL, okay, because let's keep it real. Okay, you say a treble. Premier League, 90% of the teams are carpenters and fruit sellers. FA Cup, most of the teams you play are from Division 5, 6, 7, 8. So how worthwhile is a Premier League or an FA Cup?
Cool.
So really, all that matters is really the UCL.
Just to be clear, given how garbage it is, why haven't you delivered it then?
Because we are focused on the biggest trophy.
You're so focused on the biggest trophy that you can't beat fruit sellers.
Biggest trophy.
You can't beat fruit sellers.
And you've only won it once. You've only won it once.
You can't beat fruit sellers though.
No, one UCL and the other one is a CCL.
Oh, shut up, man. From your boy MT, who says, what did Lotan do when his country needed him? Who is Lotan?
Mbappe Lotin, man. Come on,
What the heck is Lotan?
Bro, it's Lotin. Mbappe Lotin.
Look, it's so funny. Do you know how sad people are? Because Mbappe has done more in his career than Messi has, people were waiting for it. How can you wait for a man to fail? How can you so want one man to fail?
I mean, we didn't have to wait so long, did we?
No, because one thing that it just shows you how sick and sad you are. Like I told you, don't let. I hope, for your sake, I hope Mbappe doesn't win that UCL. I hope and pray. I hope he never wins, because if he wins that UCL, it's over. If he wins that Champions League, it's over. Natsa, don't you dare.
You know what? For now, I'm gonna refer to you as Natsa.
It's a CCL.
I'm gonna refer to you as Natsa. I won't abuse you this.
Okay. So no. No, because my thing is that, like, okay, can I just ask you guys this question? Why are people so hateful towards Mbappe, and why did they revel in him missing a penalty?
Because of you.
Isn't that negative?
No, because of you. I blame you.
Okay, what have I done? Tell me what have I done? Specifically, what have I done? Specifically,
it wasn't us. It was what's his name? Rabiot's mother. Rabiot's mother's the one that started it all. Like, she was like, Mbappe cost everything.
No. My thing is
like a woman's born.
See, what guys don't get is that even if he's still a World Cup winner.
Well, that's not what Rabiot's mother thought. Rabiot's mother was cussing Mbappe's blood. I don't care if you won a World Cup, man.
Still a World Cup winner.
Look at my son. You cost my son Rabiot, man. So, like, I can't. HH, I can't do anything against Rabiot's mum. What do you expect me to do? What legit? Anyone in the comments? What do you expect me to do against Rabiot's mum?
Wait, hold up. So, from Suleiman, who said that Swinkle's interview after the 13-0 was painful. He gave an interview?
How did you give an interview after, like...
Wait, hold up. Wait.
Oh, no. No.
Swinkle.
Wait, is he the captain?
Wait, Swinkle's interview 13-0.
How do you? I don't know how you interview after. I mean, I guess someone has to.
Okay.
Was it?
Oh,
It was.
wait,
It was
translate this
stadium, was it?
page. Wait, maybe, yeah, I'm using you Google Translate. Wait, translate, bro.
There weren't people in the stadium, were there? If I recall, I don't think there were people in the stadium.
No, yeah, this is October.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so
So this is what he said. Just to paraphrase, he said, "So no, this is obviously translated from Dutch using Google Translate. He said, no chance. Obviously, it says no chance with 4 exclamation marks. So obviously, no chance. Usually, a nightmare. Yes, you can say that. I don't really get it. I've never experienced this. Well, yeah. Not many people expect a 5 circumcision. You know you're going to have a hard time, but then you have to keep pressure on the ball. We have not done that for a moment. We have rendered Ajax a huge service after a midweek match to give them so much time and space. Then they have so much quality that you are in a rondo. It is a humiliating day today. Swenke realizes that the largest Eredivisie results ever is going around the world. That chance is quite high, yes. You see, for me, my thing is that you may have to retire, bro. That's the thing, man.
You know, they were 4-0 up like a half time with 11 men.
Wait, how long was halftime?
4-0 up at half time. I actually 4-0 up at half time.
I mean, that's still
they landed.
That's still better than Brazil were. Brazil were what? Wasn't they 5-0, 6-0
They were
up?
5 down.
5-0 down in like 20 minutes. That's he had a good first. Their first time performance was still better than Brazil's first time performance against Germany. So you know,
Yeah, Brazil had 11 men, didn't they? Did they have 11 men?
yeah, they had 11 men. Yeah, they had 11 men.
Now this is now I think this is taking things too far. HH had an orgy when Messi lost in 2014. Now look. Okay, let me be real with you. First of all, I didn't have an orgy, but I was relieved. Because, as I said again, if Messi wins the World Cup, I'm done. Like, then I have no argument. See, the only thing I can hang over him and Cristiano is World Cup. So you can say this, and I would say, because even that guy, Sean Walsh and so forth, who swears by Messi, I'm like, World Cup, World Cup, World Cup, World Cup, World Cup. As long as he doesn't, as I said, I told you, I used witchcraft to win in the Copa America. So Messi, you owe me. You owe me. Because I used the finest witchcraft to give you that Copa America. So you owe me, bro. Because Messi did not win that Copa America by himself. I won it for him using my special witchcraft. So my thing is, give him Copa America, Ballon d'Or. Just as long as he doesn't touch that World Cup trophy, we're good. We're good. As long as, because that is the one thing I can use over him and continue to use over him. That's the only thing. So as long as he doesn't touch that, because if he wins the World Cup, then there's nothing I can say. There is nothing I can say, man.
I think there's considering how messed up you are, you would find a way to discredit his World Cup as well.
Oh, no. Okay, see, if Messi scored in the semi and in the final, that half of football hearts no longer exist. Like, I'm doing something different. Like, because how do I respond to that? You see, I am here to I need to protect my goats. People can say, I want to protect my goats. Hence why 2014 I was sweating. 2018 I told you, Cavani has a special place in my heart in me, because 2018 I was sweating. Because I was like, wait a minute, is this guy really? Because especially after he scored the hat trick in the first game, then he scored in the second game. I was like, whoa. Is he going to really do a two-piece Euros and World Cup? Then Cavani, I don't know, because I was watching that at Box Park at Short Ditchman. Because obviously there were huge amounts of Portuguese guys there. Bro, when those 2 Cavani goals went in, man, I had the biggest smile on my face. The biggest smile on my face. I was like, yeah. You know. So it's like, no. I was happy. No. I was really happy, man. I was really happy. You know, because it's what, like I'm always filled with like a sense of joy whenever Cristiano just gets knocked
Bro,
out.
you're sick. You're sick.
No, because look, I'll admit, it's like one of the few things that really gave me joy is seeing Cristiano get knocked out of like a World Cup or
Yeah, but why though? Why? Like, what's the what?
Here's
Like,
my
I feel like something deeper has happened here. Like,
here's my thing, Cristiano. First of all, change your name. Do you know that's where
Wait, no. You're not gonna tell me it's originated from just that.
That is partly that is basically my first beef with Cristiano was always the whole name thing. Because the moment I typed in Ronaldo in Google Images and he came up, and I had to now type in Ronaldo Brazil, I was like, no, I've got beef with this guy. Because you shouldn't have to type in Ronaldo Brazil or I hate saying R9 because it is so disrespectful to what this man has done that you have to say, oh, Ronaldo Brazil. No, he's Ronaldo. Do you know Ronaldinho's real name is Ronaldo? Out of respect, he said...
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Let me bring this up. His real name is...
No, I know his real name. No, I know what his real name is, but I'm just saying that's not true. That you're about to say that he, out of respect, he changed it to Dino.
100%.
What do you mean? No, so you don't know for sure, but you just say.
Okay. No. Because I remember reading an article and they said that's because.
No. Where's the source? Where's the source? Is it Cole? Did Cole give you the article?
No, bro. The source didn't say that out of respect because Ronaldo was such a big dog.
Bro, until I see the source, until I see it.
If you had any respect, you take the Ronaldo because that's name. It's trademarked. It's trademarked. It is. You don't get to say that. You don't get to have the name on your shirt. That name is trademarked because he's the phenomenon. So the moment I typed in Ronaldo and I see a guy with a waxed shirt and in underwear, I was like, okay, what is this? What is this? So my thing is that Cristiano, change your name. It's very simple. Just change your freaking name. You know. Let's hit some of these other doubles, man. So as long as he doesn't win that whole thing, I'm good, man. From Yasir Said, aka YFC, Yasir Said, who's apparently on holiday. Enjoy your holiday, Yasir Said, man. Enjoy. Where are you on holiday, on vacation, bro? Tell me. So Yasir Said says, deep down inside. Okay, excuse me. Deep down inside, HH is a Man United fan.
Yes, that is 100%. I'm convinced he is.
Okay, wait. Chilling on Friday night with two of them. Okay. Now this is messed up. So let me read it. Deep down inside, HH is a Man United fan. Chilling on Friday night with two of the most lovely people on planet Earth, Wedwevel and YSK Waxman.
Yes,
Wassy, man.
Wassy, my bad, Wassy. Bro, I hope your holiday, you had the best holiday ever, bro. Like, seriously.
Yes,
wherever you're at.
I hope you triple out average.
No, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
No.
Yeah, I hope a dolphin pokes you in the ankle on your holiday. So, you know. You see, I say, you know what? I can't wait for the season to start.
You know, he brings up a good point. You know, you do hang around with United fans quite a lot. Like I do be worried about you.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this season to start because if United somehow screw up, if you guys somehow screw up, bro. From your dude Abracadabra says, just saw today how HH was celebrating Zad's goal.
Hey, living room settings, by the way. It was living room settings. Still remember it, dude. Bro, dude, he did laps. He did
talking celebrated against that. It was when Bale scored against Leicester. That was even more shameful.
Bro,
Bale
he did
scoring against Leicester.
No, Red Devil. He was on his knees, bro. He was on his knees. He was not. Bro, hey, you know what it is? This guy was doing laps around his couch, bro.
So let me just read this because listen. So just I saw how HH was supposed to go against Arsenal's EuroLeague final, complicated fan. So here's the thing. I don't know what someone did an edit because at the beginning of the video I say about how everybody I can never respect you winning a Europa League. So you win a Europa League, I can't respect you because that's a small trophy. Then in the very next clip, you see me jumping up and down.
No, it wasn't just jumping. He was literally doing laps. He was like up and down, and he's going around the couch.
But see, for guys, see, that isn't a celebration of the Europa League. See, that is a celebration of a narrative. See, look, guys.
No, that's true. That's true. Because the first thing he said was, "He did it."
I said no. There is one of my greatest joys is a narrative. I told you this Messi Cristiano narrative is beautiful. I told you, like because funny because I watched the France Argentina game in a restaurant in Camden Town, and there are loads of like French people there, man. And man, when Mbappe scored those 2 goals, I was like, again, massive grin. And when Cavani dropped a 2-piece, massive grin. So all I'm saying again is that basically, please just keep these guys away from the World Cup. And that's all. I don't ask for much. I've only asked for 2 things: that Lugo gets promoted to the La Liga, and Messi and Cristiano never touch a World Cup. That's what I ask for. Those are the only 2 things I ask for from the genie: Lugo promotion, and I'm going to be following Lugo. I'm actually going to buy a Lugo jersey. I'm actually really going to buy a Lugo jersey. Lugo gets promoted to La Liga, and then say what's up, man. So from Latin Lazaro, who says LL also bitter CR7 to CFC a new. Is that an apple? Oh, a new apple hole in 08. Wait, okay. Oh, no. Hold up. Who missed United's penalty in that 08 final?
Who slipped in that final?
Who went for a swim? Who went for a swim?
Wait. Who went for a swim? No. Who answers a question with a question? Who answers a question with a question? Who missed Man United's penalty in 08?
Who lifted the trophy?
Live chats. Who missed Man United's penalty in the 2008 final?
I was told the penalties don't matter and they don't count.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it doesn't.
It's
about getting the job done. It's about getting the job done.
The fan, at the end of the day, this man next to me said penalties don't count. They don't matter. So whether you score them or not, penalties they don't count in the Champions League. Unless you're Chelsea, where Chelsea needed.
So basically, so let's get straight. If it wasn't raining, Cristiano would have cost.
So you're blaming the rain. Man is blaming the rain for.
That's
shameless, man.
That's like beyond tie. That's beyond tie. That's beyond tie. I'm sorry, because tie. Tie would blame the rain in like the present. This guy blames the rain in the past.
No.
HH Jinx logo season. Okay, so you know what? I am so adamant of Lugo getting promotion. My lips are sealed. Because see, I need Lugo in the for my personal comedy and amusement. I need Lugo in that whole thing. So my thing is, I'm going to get the Lugo jersey. I'm going to look at what Lugo's transfers dealings are. Because the key thing is all Lugo just need a good quality striker. That's my thing. So, and here's the thing. Morata, maybe if you move down to the Secunda B, raise your confidence. Because if Lugo can get, all they need is just a really good quality striker, maybe a good DM and so forth, they can say what's up.
I had Real Madrid have a 70% discount right now, so you can hop over and.
So I mean, look, because since you're here, who would you say has done the best transfer so far? Let's run things over with on transfer talk. Who do you think has done
out of everybody?
Yeah, because basically, we both came to a conclusion that. See, for me, okay, we said PSG, and I think PSG is an obvious one because I think that one is
yeah.
So, what do you think is the big transfer that you think is going to happen? Pogba, PSG, Mbappe, Madrid, Kane,
No.
City, Haaland, Chelsea. Which, if there is to be a big transfer, what do you think the big transfer will be this summer? And also live chat as well. So live chat, what big transfer do you think will happen this summer?
I think that. Oh shit! Sorry.
That's an L. That's an L. Actually.
No.
That's an L there. That's an L, man.
No, my bad. My alarm started going off again.
Sorry. I'm still. Oh.
Oh. Shit, my bad. You know, I'm sorry. It keeps going off. I've turned it off now. Best business. Yo, how do you make your like bottom lip go so fast?
Well, just talk about the business. Let's talk about
Yo.
So what do you think is going to be the big transfer?
I don't think Pogba's gonna leave. I still think he'll stay because you know what it is. I think he's just comfortable at United. I get the feeling that he's comfortable, and also he was on FaceTime to the Ralph. He was on FaceTime to Ralph, and I heard he said he confirmed his staying. What's going on with? Wait, is Real Madrid serious on Mbappe, or is that just a joke situation?
Bro, Madrid. I mean, like, look, I don't know how truthful Madrid is or not, but they said that them selling Ramos and Varane means that they now can give Mbappe 20 million salary. So maybe the whole Ramos and Varane thing was clear space for Mbappe.
See, but I don't get it. I don't get it with these.
Red Devil said, okay, cool. You can give him the salary, but you still need to give him the freaking transfer.
Yeah, exactly. So what I don't understand is like, what is it? Do you have money? Do you not have money? Like,
no,
are you going to go into debt?
Because the way is that, see, I still don't. The Varane thing makes no sense to me, because I'm like,
you know, that's why I wasn't confident. Because why would you want them at the same time? No, I didn't get why they would get rid of their. I mean, that was their main centre back. I've never seen a club get rid of their two centre back partnership. Like, there's only centre back partnership that established in one season. So that's why I wasn't confident on Varane coming. But then when he came, it's like, and they then announced they're not signing any centre backs, which is even worse now because now they're saying potentially getting Mbappe. So you're just going to overload the attack. What about the defense? Unless they want to rely on Alaba, which I don't know about that. No, obviously. I mean, the chance of Mbappe moving to Real Madrid this season is, that would be insane. If Perez pulls that off, that would be insane. I think. I don't think. See, we get excited about the Haaland moving and Mbappe moving. And Pogba. I don't think any of them would make any moves this transfer window. I think the biggest ones have already been made. Maybe you may see, Ings moving to Chelsea or potentially. Actually, no. This is a big one. What if Messi doesn't sign until January, and as a reverse one?
No. That's a big one. But so you're saying that. So what chances do you think of the Grealish thing happening? If you want to count that as a big.
Oh no, yeah.
Because you see, that is way more likely than Kane.
I'd argue I think that's a bigger signing for Man City than Kane, to be honest. Because I don't think Pep doesn't play with a striker anyway. He prefers the whole false nine situation.
Yeah.
So I think.
But then, if you look at how Kane plays, he can come in deep. He likes to pass the ball and so forth.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think, yeah, to be honest, Grealish. Although surprise-wise, because of who we're dealing with in Daniel Levy, I think if they can secure Kane somehow, then yeah, I think that'll be a pretty. I think that'll be one of the
The
biggest.
thing is Grealish. Would you constitute that as a big signing? Because obviously, if you're in England, it's big. But let's say on the world stage, is that a big signing?
No,
As in-
it's a good signing. It's a good signing. It's not it's not anything. Basically, it's not bigger than Sancho coming to United.
yeah.
They put it that way. It's not big as that. So obviously, EPL tax, English tax is gonna be huge. That's gonna be all over the headlines. Like this is like their golden boy right now. I think people over here actually, that's their guy over the likes of Foden. So I think that'll be I think that's a move that can definitely happen. But I think Kane would be the bigger move just based on like Levy being reluctant to. What is this? What?
No. So no, yeah. Answer this. If you get Bayern, so basically, if you guys go Bayern in the group stage, do you think you could beat Bayern? So Varane, Sancho, and let's just assume that you keep Pogba. Do you beat Bayern, or I don't think that the team is ready. I mean, I don't think you can still beat.
The thing is, but this is the thing about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is that we are unpredictable. So, like, let's be real. The reason why United didn't qualify in the Champions League was not because we lost to Istanbul. If we beat in Istanbul, United would have qualified from that group. But we destroyed Leipzig 5-0, and we beat Paris and PSG with Mbappe and Neymar on the field. Shout out to Marcus Rashford, by the way. So this is the thing about Ole's United last season is that like we were unpredictable. Like we could lose to any B-Tech team like Sheffield. We lost to Sheffield twice in the league last season, who were bottom of the table, and beat City. Well, no, we drew against them the first. But we didn't lose to City. We won them in the league. City, who were the top of the league. So how do you like get 6 points, lose to bottom place twice, and yet get undefeated against City in the top? So that's the thing of Bayern. Like it could go either way. Like just because of how I hope.
But then remember, like Bayern aren't PSG. Like you're dealing with like an official team.
PSG beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League.
No, PSG haven't beaten Bayern. Oh, without Lewandowski, without Lewandowski, without Goretzka, 2 of their men, and without Gnabry. So they were missing Gnabry, Goretzka, and Lewandowski.
Bayern are definitely favourites. There's no doubt about that. I'm just saying that this United team is unpredictable. So like it's not necessarily a given. It depends. Like it wouldn't surprise me if this is the thing. Last season, it wouldn't surprise me if we beat Bayern only to lose to freaking like PSV Eindhoven, because that's where you're not. But this season, I expect to see more consistency against the smaller teams and big teams. So
that's the thing. It's hard to like make a prediction on the season because we're so inconsistent. We do well against the big teams, and then we completely capitulate against the smaller side. So, and that's, to be honest, that's not even like just a stereotype. That's just the pattern that Ole's had for the years that he's been in touch. So
last season didn't Bayern lose? Was it in that German Cup game? Didn't they lose to? What was that team they lost to?
Like
that second tier team. It was like road team in the second tier or something. So one-off game, it happens.
No, look, guys, I'm going to level with you, man. Chelsea can't go into next season without getting a striker. Like that can't happen, and I am flabbergasted and shocked and appalled that a team who won the Champions League in such convincing fashion cannot secure a striker. And the thing about the matter is, how much is he? Take the freaking money. So what's the big deal?
I just think maybe Putin stops the cash flow to Bram's account.
Abramovich is an independent earner that has nothing to do with Putin. But see,
No.
The guy, his money is fully clear. My thing with Chelsea is, look, and this is where Chelsea fans have to be very careful, because some Chelsea fans, Havertz can play as a striker. No. Havertz can't play as a striker. He shouldn't be playing as a striker. Havertz is not a natural striker. He is a guy who can finish, can score goals, can create, can play make. He is probably the most talented player in the squad. Based on just talent and the attributes that he has.
He played out front for Germany, right? And he did pretty well in the Euros.
Yeah, but if Closer was there, who would have done better? Closer would have done better. He scored like 1 or 2 goals or so forth, but he's not. You could just tell that he's not a striker. The guys who just know how to strike. Hence why, if Chelsea just gets a strike, because everything is fine, the defense is fine, the keeper is fine, the midfield is fine, the playmakers are fine. All they need is just a clinical finisher. And they just have a clinical finisher, man. Look, it's as easy as pie, guys. Look, man, I need to chill out on this my Friday night, man. So guys, Saturday, man, it's gonna pop up. I'll see you guys here 10:30 p.m. on Saturday, where we're going to discuss things. And I hope and sincerely hope that Sancho and Varane fail. Peace out, Citro. Bye.
Mbappe missed. Mbappe missed the penalty in the Euro.